Yo, 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 yo. Getting ready for this open panel. Thank you for tuning in. Matter of fact, whoever that is, if you would like to actually join the panel, feel free to do so. This is an open discussion. I just want to get some thoughts on a few things here, primarily as the title is self-explanatory, rightfully so, on the brother George Floyd. I just want to, like I said, I don't even want to necessarily discuss it. I just want to get some black thoughts. I want to actually discuss a few things. Okay. What's up with your Terry? My dude, what's going on, man? Yeah, man. Like I said, I actually want to talk about it or discuss because I don't want to have a back and forth here amongst the brethren or the sisters. What I want to do here, like I said, is simply give everybody a chance to speak on this one. I need to hear all voices on this one. Yo, bro,
My brother Albert, how you doing, King?
man, what's going on, King Terry? What up? What up? What up, bro? What's good?
Nothing much, just this a bunch of craziness. Like I know, trust me. With all this stuff going on, I feel for the brother. Rest in power, George Floyd. I mean, at this point though, we just got to start being honest. We just got to call it. We got to call it for what it is. We just at this point, we already know all the racism and everything. We know what it is. Like, so I mean, we just gotta at this point right now, we just gotta realize who our enemies are, and we just honestly, we gotta start segregating. We gotta start segregating. We gotta leave. We gotta stop messing with other people. To be honest, like because this is getting retarded now. It's always they come into our community. They want to come and be us. Then they fucking kill us, and then they always expect us to just do a fucking movement, do a protest, and that's it. And it's like the shit is getting annoying now. But I blame us first and foremost. When the fuck are we gonna stand up and when we start seeing these acts, put down the cell phone? Yeah, give the cell phone to your girl, but then you go and sock the shit out of this goddamn police officer. Fucking put a knife to his goddamn stomach. Like, cause they know, and this is what's gonna happen, Avo. This court case right here is gonna set the president's precedents because they're trying to say all the legal advice has already said that this individual or this officer he already used excessive force. That's what every lawyer said that. So, I mean, there's no way around this. It's just to the point where now, I mean, I just got to start calling it for what it is. Us over here in America, us black men, we're bitch made. We're just gonna stand around and watch, and we're the strongest race of people out of everybody, bar none. We already know that. Genetics don't lie. But we're just gonna sit here and just watch us get fucking killed and just say, "Hey, bro, that's not right. That's not right. You better start taking action now." I don't know how long we've been asleep, but I mean, talk to me, Abo. Am I wrong for saying that?
No, bro. I want you to talk. See, that's the beauty
Oh,
part.
okay.
Remember, I just said that. If some other brother or sister joins the panel, or if at any point you get you get tired, then I will speak. But other than that, bro, I just want to hear, like I said, man,
Okay, so
I just want to hear some black thoughts right now, and I think you was headed in the right direction,
yes, sir.
bro.
Yeah. I'll keep going. But no, like I was saying, Abo, like at this point, we just got to see it for what it is. We've been in America ever since the the mid to late 1400s, early 1500s. This white man has shown us every single corner. He's shown us everything. He's shown us can't be trusted. He shouldn't be in our communities. I don't know why we're still marrying them in 2020. I don't know why we still believe when these people talk about we live in a post-racial society. I don't know why we believe these idioms that people say. And yet, yet in real life, we still see the blatant racism. You still see the systemic racism, the judicial racism, economic racism, educational racism, medical racism. You see it everywhere. So, I mean, when are we really just going to be like, bro, we wake up and we just see this shit ain't even for us? Because I see all the talk online, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, all this talk, but when are we going to start acting? When are we going to, because this shit is getting stupid. I'm tired of seeing motherfucking Benjamin Crump over here always talking about, I got to stay, and he's the worst, that dude is the worst motherfucking sponsored government appointed lawyer because he's a coon, he doesn't get no results. But yet, we get these people speaking up for us, for our, you get people like P. Diddy over here trying to talk like they're for the black community. You get these sellouts. But it's us over here. We're the majority, us blue collar workers, we're the majority of the black people. We just let these stupid ass political figures or these entertainment heads, we let them try to think that they can speak for us. And that's not it. Their children ain't getting gunned down. Their children ain't getting knees put to their throat. They're not getting stalked while on a drive. On a jog. They're not getting stalked and then getting a goddamn shotgun pulled out. So at the end of the day, like, to me, it's just, we just got to stop, man. Like, number one, Martin Luther King had it the worst off. Integration was the worst thing that ever happened to the black man. It was the worst thing. And now it's just, you see it. There has been no change in this. And then you get, and I'm sorry to say, but you get these dumbass people that try to be political, and all they want to talk about is politics. Well, let's see what's politically going to happen. What political change is going to come from this? Nothing systemic is changing. Notice they're not even going to change the fucking rule. All they're going to talk about is we shouldn't apply the knee to the throat as a detainment hold, knowing that against all anatomy and physiology, that is one of the most dangerous holds. It's called a blood choke. In UFC and in jiu-jitsu, it's called the blood choke. That is actually an illegal chokehold. You can't do that. Like, you cannot do the full Nelson, because that one can also hurt you. So the full Nelson is what got Eric Gardner killed, and the blood choke is what got George Floyd killed. These are all illegal chokeholds or submissions. But yet, because there's no precedence here or precedence for for excessive force, the shit is just, now it's almost like it's a legal right that they get to kill us now. So I mean, until we literally start coming together, and one thing I did hear was that we got to start valuing black life. We got to start valuing black life, because this is getting retarded. Because as much as we hate to see another individual do this to us, we do this to ourselves in a greater scale, with all the gang shootings and everything. So until we change ourselves, it almost gives other people the right to kill us too. But then, we try to put it on these standards, and in totality, we gotta stop. Because, and number two, we just gotta stop. I mean, I don't know what else to say, because being in this society has done nothing for us. It has made us the permanent underclass. It makes people, those who want to be integrated into the society, it makes you want to abandon being black. Then it makes you want to acknowledge being black under certain circumstances, because they think that it's cooler for popularity reasons. But to be honest with you, like, separation should have been the number one thing. I don't know why we keep thinking that we can deal with this fucking cave beast. This motherfucker will not go back to the cave. He will not go back to his original land of Europe. But it's just so much. And so now, we just got to see it for what it is. Like Donald Glover said, this is America. This is America. This is the only place where you literally get to kill black people, and then you get lawyers that will try to get you off. But you kill any other race, you're going to jail. Muhammad Noor killed a white woman in the same area, and he was a police officer, and that white woman startled him like other white cops did. He pulled out his gun. But unfortunately for her, because she was white, he has to serve a 12 and a half year sentence. But now, because now I need to see all this stuff, because with this individual, this Derek Chauvin, whatever his name is, now you're going to get everybody out in the woodworks trying to come out for him and trying to defend him, knowing that at the end of the day, the basis of this was an illegal chokehold. And that will be forever forgotten in this whole case of things, that the man applied an illegal chokehold and applied it for an illegal time period. Man applied a chokehold for around 6 minutes. And that's not even a police handbook. And then if you actually look at him, he's choking him with his hands in his pocket. That is the most detriment thing. Like, you're not even doing your job. You're just choking to choke out. So now you got the Minneapolis mayor. He actually called for the arrest of that officer. Now let's see what the fucking district attorney in that area is going to do. Is he going to abide with what the mayor says? Because I think the mayor has a little bit more power than him. So, I mean, at the end of the day, to be honest, leave people, like, leave them alone. Don't integrate with them. And here's the worst thing. And like I like to say, white people are Negrophiliacs. They don't have Negrophobia. They're Negrophiliacs. Meaning that as much as we do, they push themselves upon us because they have some kind of infatuation with black people. I don't know what the fuck it is, but they have some kind of fucking infatuation with us to where they need us dead. Like, that is literally that is like their life mission, or their creation, is that white people are literally put here to fucking be a detriment and to be in the thorn of black people. So, I mean, if you got anything to say, Abo, please chip in. Please chip in.
What was that term you used? Negrophilia?
Oh, Negrophiliacs.
No. I'm asking, that is that the term you used?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
But it's true though, because if you look at it, like, they don't have a fear of us. Like, a phobia means a fear. Philiac means that there's an infatuation. Like, there's something more to this, and that's what they do. Now they lie, and they always try to say they fear for lives and everything else like that. Heck, the last time earlier, what was it, a few weeks ago, when I was on the live stream, I had cops called on me because the dude threatened me, and I told him, motherfucker, I got a knife on me, bitch, I'll stab him. And so what happened was some fucking Mexican, weak ass Mexican, called the fucking cops. And that's the other thing. I fucking hate their ass too, because I just read a fucking study the other day, said that over 60-some% of Mexicans, if they had the option, they'd identify as white. They don't even want. They're so fucking opportunistic. But anyways, this white dude was over here talking some shit to me. I told him, motherfucker, I'll stab you right now. A Mexican dude went and called the cops. When the cops came, they came like 4 or 5 squad cars for one black man. Like, and that's the real true hate. They will do over the top shit for us. But when it comes to anybody else, nah, they won't. It's only 1 or 2 people. But that's why right now, you get these dumbass people talking about, we need the black vote. The black vote, man. You think we give a bro? These 27 million votes need to sit. Because, yeah, as much as they say the black people can affect the election and everything, man, I'm sitting on my motherfucking hand. Ain't nothing the Democrats gonna do. Ain't nothing nobody gonna do. They're not gonna affect change. They're not gonna fucking change legislation. They're not doing anything. Like, they're not gonna go in and just and change the system, the judicial system, or the laws. So until there's a major change anywhere where it benefits us and doesn't get us killed, I don't know why we continue to participate in this wicked ass system. Like, it amazes me that after so many decades, centuries, like now, like, when are we gonna wake up? Like, I know we're waking up now. We see this shit now, but it's like we just have so much of a dead movement. And it's like, okay, we're mad for like a week. Then we go back, and now we're back on the Real Housewives. We never keep shit going, and we never see shit to the end. Like, that is the biggest thing with us. Everybody always wants to come and do all the crimes against us. The minute we start, like what happened with Alex Witt and Charlamagne the God. With that exchange, Alex Witt literally had a problem when Charlamagne the God said that we need to start defending ourselves against white people. She literally had a problem and said, no, you should take it up judicially. I'm like, so that means if a dude is pressing up on me, I can't act and just take off on him. You want me to go and take it to the legal matters? That right there, and this is how crazy and dumb as fuck white people and all them that want to be white are. Like, I fucking hate the shit. So I mean, right now, I mean, they're showing their colors. That's all they're doing. They're showing their colors. I mean, you know, we know the hate that they have for us, and I'm glad that it's on display in full grandeur now. This is in full grandeur. We can see it all. It's all on display. But the thing that I hate here in America is we already know how fucking deceitful, how fucking brutish the white man is. We already know that. And the worst thing is we still got sisters that want to fuck them and have babies by them. That's fucking disgusting. Oh, fucking coon shit. Hold on, I'm on the phone. But yeah, what's up, Abo?
So to the people that would ask,
yes, sir.
Could the brother have done anything differently? You know,
he couldn't. I mean, what? Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No. I think you got the gist of the question. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So with me personally, there's nothing he could have done. He was already handcuffed. One, there were two officers already detaining him, while a third is applying pressure to his neck. So number one, that's already excessive force. You don't even need that. The man is already handcuffed on the ground, and you still have people still controlling his extremity. Like, but you know what? You know how sick it is? They like to say, we fear for the quote unquote, I fear for my life. I fear for my life. So, I mean, at this point, and you know how deceptive and how deceitful these motherfuckers is? You got people online making excuses because we can break down the whole video. The worst thing is that one video shot by the person's cell phone, that wasn't even the main one. There's actually the store footage the overhead shot that recorded everything, and it's so sad. I mean, I wish the individual could have did something, but once you're cuffed, he was already cuffed. So the threat should have been over. Everybody knows the threat is over. But at this point now, you got people that want to keep that line, and that's what happened. It's just that, and you know, it's sad. It's sad to say that there really was nothing that he could have did. I mean, there were others that could have did something, but he was in an already compromised position. He's already handcuffed. He's on the ground. What else can he? Hands behind his back. He's already compromised. It's the other people recording and watching and just saying shit, not doing shit. That's the fucking problem. That is public enemy and problem number one. We're gonna sit around and watch somebody get choked out. And it's just, we're going to sit around and watch somebody get choked out and then just only say and not do anything. That is one of the most disgusting things that I think I've ever, and it's getting to the point now where it's becoming numbing in a sense, because we just see this a lot now. Eric Garner, he just sat there and just watched the man get choked out by 6 officers. He's getting detained by 4, and then all of a sudden people are talking about it's the right call to fire him. But a man's dead. So this whole thing right now, I'm to the point where we got to start doing what Charlemagne the God said, and we got to start going a little bit more. At this point, we just got to start saying, "Fuck it, I'll take that jail ride." If you go dog the shit out of this black dude on a regular basic stop, the cops know what the fuck to do. They start doing that extra shit, wanting to shove and detain and start doing that. That's when niggas need to start pulling out all kinds of straps. That's when we need to start pulling out the knives and start checking these cops. Because remember, these, according to their badge, it says to protect and serve. They gotta protect us and serve us, the people. What the hell is going on? But yeah, it's just right now. But you know, it's these people and these cops. They're not doing what they're supposed to or what their job title is. We know that. So I mean, at this point. It's good. We're gonna have to go back to the 60s and 70s. We're gonna have to start having these black militias, like the Keystone Rangers. We're gonna need, the Black Panthers, things like that, to where they do the policing in the community themselves. We got to start policing our own communities now, because that's essentially it. Before, and that's one of the other deceptive things regarding this fucking country. You got it to where you cannot police the area that you live in. And that's one thing I hate, because they will not let black men police the area that they live in, but they'll let white people come into a black area and do all that dumb shit and get motherfuckers killed. So that's why I'm over the shit. I've been over it. And as much as I would have, if I would have been there, I mean, to be honest with you, I'd be in jail right now. I'd at least took a few swings, and my face might have got fucked up. But there's no way. There's no way. At some point, we just got to start. We just got to start taking some. You know, I'll take a ride. Fuck it. You're not about to fucking just kill a nigga for no reason. Like fuck that. We'll deal with you now, and then we'll let the video show. We told you, bro, get off you. And the cop didn't want to listen. Now we can fucking deal with you because you're supposed to serve us. And I think that's literally what it's gonna take. It just needs a few incidences. That's all. It just needs a good brother here or there to like, oh, you doing this, and watch that video go viral. That's all we need. We just need one or two instances where that happens, and that right there, then you're gonna see a change. That's when you're gonna see the change in law, because they're just waiting for us to actually start fighting back. Then the laws change. Right now, they don't want to change the laws because we're complacent, we're soft, we're getting abused like fuck. They don't want to change the laws when we're like this. The minute we start acting, the minute we start doing shit, you notice how in the 60s, when they started doing the non-peaceful protests, that's when legislation started getting pushed left and right. They started doing, I gotta pass laws. We're gonna force you guys to take the bus because these white people are fucking detriment. But that's what we gotta do. You gotta show them fucking action. We show action on each other all fucking day. Like to call each other bitch niggas and shit like that. I'll run up on, but we won't do that to this nigga right here. We won't do that to fucking Whitey over here. That shit's over. That shit is changing. And it's literally gonna take just one example. That's all it takes. Let somebody record that shit. And yeah, the brother's gonna be in jail. The brother will be in jail for doing that. Because you already know, Abo. Let a brother fuck up a cop for doing that shit. Oh, guess what? All kinds of money is gonna be on his books. We're gonna get all kinds of lawyer fees. We're gonna get him everything. We will get his ass out.
Right.
Like that's what we need. We just need a few examples, because then at that point, now we got it. You got the example of people recording. We need an example of people fucking defending the shit out of others.
Like you said, most people just don't want to take that ride, and that's crazy because, like you said, also they have no problem with taking that ride when it comes to how we deal with each other as brothers and sisters in the black community. Like if I wrong a brother, they have no problem, you know what I mean, like I said, taking that trip downtown behind dealing with me. But once again, we don't see the same energy being put into cases of this nature, where that energy is absolutely warranted.
Right.
If brothers want to fight so bad, if brothers want to kill so bad, this is one of the times where it would be permissible in my book.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, they're doing it right now. They're just doing it with a fucking badge. But they're not even with the badge. They're doing it just by stalking you and pulling out shotguns while you're on the job. They're doing it in other ways. They're calling the cops saying, I'm getting threatened. Please come. It's a big black guy. There's so many things that should be done. Trust me, Abo. Like, and 2020, this is an eye opener. I thought it was going to be 2017. Remember, 2017, 2018, they were gunning down. That was when the cops were fucking murdering the shit out of us. This is going to be work. Like, I remember Obama couldn't do shit. Like, because I'm like, damn, it was all kinds of precincts. You got this cop killing this one, this cop doing this. There's an officer over here in Texas killing him. I'm like, damn, there's literally nothing. And now look at it. I mean, we just got to accept this. This is white people. They've always been this way. Why the fuck you think white people will never go back to Europe? That is one of my biggest questions. You tell a white person, take your ass back to Europe. They fucking hate that shit. You know why? Because they know what the fuck they did over there in Europe. They were, Nick, as much as a body count that we can say, they put to death over, what was it? I think they put to death over 78 to 80 something million of their own people for a fake ass religion. For that fake ass Catholicism shit, they killed over 80 something million of their own fucking people for that shit. Then, you know, the Black Plague, that bubonic plague, it took out over a third of the population because they're unsanitary as fuck. So, I mean, this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with an unstable cave beast who has an unstable government with wicked ass, unsustainable laws that can sustain a society. Because this society will fall if the laws continue and remain in place. Because there's no way, guaranteed. Hey, Abba, you gonna continue to accept being a goddamn permanent underclass and continue to get treated like this, or eventually are we gonna get fed up and we gonna stand up to some shit?
I mean, like you said, the latter is the only response, and especially in such conditions as these. Like when you're being oppressed and publicly humiliated on such a level as we are being in this country in the year 2020, the 21st century. Yeah. The only response would be to eventually fight back, bro. So yeah,
Right.
I agree. I 100% agree, bro.
And what I'm and give me 1 second. Okay, you're good. You're good. But now, like I was saying, like I'm with that. At this point, I'm with it. If we already know that this is what it's going to come down to, we're going to have to do this. Now, you already know we are at definite great odds. You know, we have a very low population here. I believe we're close. We're getting close to 50 million. We would have had way more. To be honest with you, I think we're above 50 million. I don't believe that number. How they keep trying to give us incremental growth, but to be honest with you, I think we're way over 50 million black people here in America. I think so because I'm not gonna keep saying you've been saying we've been at like 47 for like 6 years now. No, fuck no. That's why white people, when they say the population, their population is so big. No, it's not. The white European only has around, they say 50 to 60 million in America. Remember, they have to count Mexicans, Asians, and North Africans and Middle Eastern people. They count them as white. So that number is hella misconstrued. And so I've already been with you. If we were gonna have a race war, we should have it. But then you know what the worst thing is, and this is what I'm gonna say, bro. They got too many bodyguards on their side. I live out here. I live out here in Anaheim. One time I was about to go at it with this white dude, and a Mexican was the first one to jump in line. Me and him me and the white dude are about to scrap. We had a Mexican jump in to fight me for the place of the place of the white dude. I'm like, bro, they bodyguard like fuck because, like I said, they want to be white. They don't even want to be Mexican. I read that whole report. They said that over 64%, if they had the opportunity, they would identify as white. They don't even want to. They're not. They're a race. They're opportunistic race. They're not even a race of people. They call them an ethnicity. So at this point, I mean, we should just have it out. Or if not, I had the other idea where we need to just start migrating and just congregate in the South because a majority of our people, they are there in the South. So,
Right.
I'm with it. We might as well just start concentrating our numbers, just go south and build that up. Because, I mean, at this point, yeah, we got a pretty decent presence over here in the West and sprinkles in the Midwest. But at this point right now, I mean, the writing is on the wall. The writing has been on the wall. They've already said that by 2050, the black man or the average, the black family will have an average household income of $0. They said right now we are the permanent underclass. They said the average black individual or black household has on average around $1,600 in savings. I'm like, I got at least double, triple that. You know, I still have my Trump check I didn't even cash, so I know I got way more than that. So with all this being shown and with all this information that we know, you know, economic racism, what is it? All kinds of judicial racism, everything else like this. We just got to cut the losses, and at this point, you know, we just got to stop. We got to stop fucking with them, man. That's straight up. We just got to stop.
Man, more importantly, you and my brother. I just interviewed one of my brothers uh before this stream, and he just basically said the same thing you just said, which is, bro, we gotta start holding ourselves a lot more accountable, bro, when it comes to us, bro. Like we don't fuck with each other for whatever. I don't like. Okay, like you said. Okay, you said white people have negrophilia. They're obsessed with us. I think
They
black
are.
people. I think black people have the exact opposite fucking sickness.
We have a philiac. We have a philiac for them too, and you know why? Because let's just look at what happened a week ago. We had that individual. Frank came on Suave's panel. A white individual came on Suave. Everybody tried to, just sucking up to him. Like Suave and Claim were the only ones like, man, get this white boy out of here. Everybody else sucking up. Trying, oh no, let him stay. He's cool. He's cool. Like what? We have a philiac for them. I'm at work, dude. I'm at work, literal work. Check this shit out. I got a woman. Her name is Lauren. She's over here. She talks like, she talks blackity black, but she's actually mixed. She's black and part Mexican. So she's talking about, she's talking all blackity black shit, like on some suave shit, talking like, oh, black power, the black man, this and that. Come to find out she's married, her husband white. I'm like, no, your black card is pulled. Like, I ain't gonna talk blackity black, but you married white. You're talking about having white babies, but then you still gonna call yourself, you're not black no more. Like, you're not black. I don't understand what is up with our people, dude. Like we so, and you know what it is? This is why I had to run away from the Bible, because I know it so much. You know what verse I'm gonna say, Abbo? Let judgment start at my house first. The judgment needs to start with us first. So you know what? At times I feel bad that we get killed like in the manner that we do, because it's gratuitous. It is in a gratuitous, grotesque manner that we get killed. You got a dude driving. You're stalking Ahmaud Arbery. You're driving while he's jogging, and then you're trying to stop him. He goes around you, and then you pull a shotgun out. This man was doing nothing. He didn't even commit a crime. They said that he fit the description of an individual. Like they always say, that's the funniest thing. They always say we have to fit the description. And here's the worst thing. It was a forgery. It was a forgery charge of a check. That is that's not a felony. So you killed a man over an accusation of a misdemeanor forgery. Like,
so
what application?
What are they absolutely saying, bro, was the cause? I mean, not the cause of the cause of the death, because they said he died later. So what was the absolute cause of death? Damn, T. If you can hear me, bro, come on back. I'll let you right back on, bro. My baby. My baby. Yeah. Did you hear my question though, Terry, before you got knocked out?
Yes, sir. My bad, Abba. I just dropped off. My bad, sir.
Okay.
Can you
I was asking what are they saying is the official cause of death, because I see they trying to say that he died later.
Yeah, he died at the actual Hennepin County Medical Center. He was basically out. Then I think he had to go over there because they confirmed the death there. But they already said that he was motionless and had no pulse at the scene. So then they had to call. Okay. Yeah, so he was already dead there. But once he got to the actual facility, the Hennepin County Medical Center, he was already done. They said that he's already dead. So, I mean, at that point, you cannot apply, and you cannot close anybody's airwaves for 6 minutes. That's impossible. They say that if you do not give the brain oxygen in a minute 30 to 2 minutes, you will start now becoming brain dead. So at some point within that choke, he started to become brain dead because you cut off his airways and you applied it for 6 minutes. So there was nothing that he said that. And the worst thing is he's saying these things while you're applying the pressure on his neck. That's why charges need to be filed. Because the man literally says, and it's recorded, I can't breathe, my body hurts. And the man is still applying it. So at some point, you are going against what your own rules state. And that's the worst thing. You get white people online right now. White lawyers are trying to write, and they're making videos trying to defend this. Because what they said is there is no precedent that they have for excessive force. They do not have an excessive force case on the books in America for us to have a standard. And they're in America. The reason why I fucking hate white people is because they know what they're doing. what Eric Gardner did. He had 6 people and applied an illegal chokehold. They still said that we feel like it's excessive force, but because we don't have no standard of grandeur, it cannot be. Because white people don't want to have a standard for they do not want to have a standard for excessive force. Because now if there's a standard for excessive force on the books, that means that everything that they have to do must be at a limit. But because you want lawless officers, you're not willing to put no cases on the books pertaining to them. You'll put the case pertaining to that black officer that shot the white woman that hit his car. You hit an officer's car and he shot you. You'll put that precedent on the books. But when anything comes to white people, they refuse to do it. They'll pull up a grand jury. It'll go to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court always comes back 2-3 in favor for the officers. They always do that. That is always a historic case. It'll go from here to the appellate courts to the Supreme Court. Then you'll get some judges. Oh yeah, that is excessive force. But it's always, oh, we can't do it. Like they say, because they always say that there's not a precedent in this country that they have a standard on for excessive force. So they have nothing on the books for it. That's all they can do is fire. That's why they just fired people. They knew it was bad. That's why they just fired them. But they're not willing to press charges. And that's how deceitful and how wicked white people are. You know how bad it is. Anybody else? Oh, we got to pull up charges. But with their own kind, I mean, we don't have a law that says it. Anybody else? Oh, you're going under the jail. For they ass, you get motherfucking lawyers making YouTube videos right now how to defend this shit. And I saw one earlier today, 2 hours ago. And this is why I know about this. They said because there is no precedence on the books for excessive force or for manslaughter on the job for officers, that's why they're going to get exonerated. Because the government feels like there should not be a precedent or any kind of standard for excessive force when it comes to policing, or at least policing black people.
Right, right.
So that's what it is. I'm sorry. Until we actually get legal represent, because all white people want to do is just talk. Hell, look at what they did for the coronavirus. They just talk about, oh, black people, they're the most affected by it because they have low health care. Are you going to do something about the health care? You see how they haven't done shit about the healthcare, but you want to talk about black people are the most susceptible and we're the most affected by it. They won't do shit to change it though, right?
Right.
That's how wicked these motherfuckers is.
Man, like, that's crazy, man.
It mounts up, and it gets annoying after a while because you start pulling out this. And it's like after a while, the rap sheet is so long, it's like, why do we still deal with y'all? Like, why? Like, is it because we need employment or a job? Well, now it's time for niggas to get their own job. It's time for us to get our own employment. Because at the end of the day, like, we need to just leave them alone. Because if we keep messing with them, we keep ending up dead. That's just the thing. Like, no, but like I was saying, my bad, King. My bad. I just got home. But like I was saying, King, my bad. I just got off. Like I'm saying, sir, Albo, at this point, I'm to that point where, you know what? I'm not numb to the situation. I'm to the point where we need to do some action. I already hate white people. I mean, I hate them. I hate everybody else. I especially hate these Mexicans too, because these Mexicans want to stand on the front line for these white people. Like I said, over 64% said that if they had the option, they would identify as white. And that lets you know that they're not even, that Mexican is just that's just a bullshit term. Name of a fucking landmass.
Well, me personally, man, you know me, bro. I don't hate nobody. I'd have a huge disdain for what's going on. Like, I despise what's being done to us. But I ain't gonna lie. I still can't bring myself to hate no one group of people for the actions of a people.
No, I mean, at this point, I gotta hate the whole people, because let's just look at it how they treat us. Like, I'm looking at it legally and judicially. Like, we all vote. Look at how they vote. I hate them because they vote, even though you said the few, but as a collective of people, they vote to keep us in this situation. They vote to keep us oppressed. They vote together to do this. That's why I would have to say I hate them all, because even though there's some that vote against, it, but as a collective, as an overall people, they want to continue to keep us impoverished.
Yeah, you might get some, but as a total and as a whole, I gotta flip it around just like they do us. They always say all black people do this, all black people. Nah, flip that shit back on them. All white people do this. All white people don't bathe. Oh yeah, we got to start playing their game because at some point, like we when we don't play their game, this is how we get those individuals who are crept in unaware, and this is how we get the usurpment and the fucking taking over of a movement. This is why the Black Panthers got killed, because you let in fucking new booties. You let in Eldridge Cleaver, and he fucked everything up.
Right.
That's why I'm like, no, like I I gotta say, we got to say we hate them. They showed their hate. I like, and that's the thing. Black people, we know what hate is. We get it every day, but yet we can't hate. No, according to
Nah, that's why I say I'm
Ecclesiastes.
with you on that. No, I hate those people that have done and are doing. I hate
Mm-hmm.
them with a passion. Now I'm saying it's the other ones that I ain't got no problem with. So I can't make that statement that I hate white people or I hate Mexican people. No, I hate wicked motherfuckers. I
Right,
don't think that is exclusive to one ethnicity or race of people.
right. No, I feel you, but at this point, I mean, we got too many examples to go off of, Abo. They're doing this. You don't put your knee to my throat. You don't motherfucking chase me down while I'm jogging.
Right,
Like,
right,
fuck.
right.
How many
No,
more
no,
is
I'm with
I'm
you,
buying
big
a
bro.
bag of Skittles, and then you're saying I'm buying a bag of Skittles with
I'm
my
with you,
hoodie
big bro.
on,
But what
and
I
then
don't want
like,
us to do, or what I don't want people to think is being conveyed on this show is
oh no,
the
no,
the
we're not
the
advocating for any kind of
condoning
taking.
or advocating. Right, right, right,
No,
right,
no,
right.
I'm not
Exactly.
advocating I'm not trying to advocate or try to promote the violence or the promotion of violence towards people. I'm just saying,
Right.
no, we got to use the same lens. Let's use the same glasses. I'm looking through the same lens. Now, you get certain individuals, there's certain ones. I will say this because like my best friend, he's he's genuinely he doesn't do that, but I do know because he has some brothers who are two of his brothers are half black because he is white, but his mother did marry a black man in the past, so she had two babies by him. So two of his brothers are blacks. I mean, with him, even though him being the full white one, he's cool as shit. He's like, no, I'm not even with that because, and then I look at his brothers because, right there. So he's some of those, and like I understand, there's some that aren't like that, and
Right.
I understand that's true, but I mean, I just got to look out for, and there's more examples. Just look at like, bro, they racially profiled. They're willing to call cops and lie about you're not even putting a leash on your dog, and now you're saying you feel threatened. Now you want to like, this is what they do. This is literally what they do, and it's like you gotta hate that. Like I hate that. Like because it's deceitful, it's acting, it's theatrics. This is why these people love theater. They're great actors. They
Hey,
are.
now,
You see these
now
white people.
I'm laughing, but that actually kind of made sense.
It's true because they are great actors. Like they always want to. They're always so scared when it's a black dude, but then motherfuckers always want to chill and chop it up with black people at a goddamn bar. But you're so scared of black people though. Like I don't know. You're so scared of black people, but you motherfucking talking to Daryl over here at the fucking office near the fucking water cooler. But you're so scared of black people. This is that dumb shit that I fucking hate because it's a game to them. They play that shit. It's theatrics. I'm so scared, but then they want to be cool. They want to try to, oh, what are you doing this weekend? Can I come? No, bitch, you scared of black people, remember? And that's the thing. We're always taking like a motherfucking fool in this goddamn country. Like, and it's so sad, Abo. Like, this should wake us up. This should literally wake us up to the point where we should now see everything, dude. We got to see everything now. I mean, you done shown us the hate. You done shown us the oppression. You fucking killed our babies. Like, what more do you want to do to black people? And like, how much more are we gonna take? Like, goddamn, how much more can we take? Like, goddamn.
Now
Like,
that's crazy you say that, right? Because that actually segued into one of the other topics I wanted to get into.
let's get it.
Uh,
Let's go.
problem, reaction, solution. Do you think that's playing a factor here? Do you think that strategy or theory is being applied here?
You said plan, reaction, solution. Now,
Problem,
oh, problem.
problem, reaction, solution.
So let's see. The problem was what had happened with George Floyd and the officer. The reaction is we're getting the reaction right now. We're
Right,
getting a lot
right,
of
right, right,
protests, and we're getting a lot of video, videos, a lot of discussions. The reaction is individuals were fired, and investigations are out there. And plus, the Minneapolis mayor, as of yesterday, did call for the arrest of that officer and for him to face manslaughter. Because what he will be facing is manslaughter. He most likely will get the he's gonna get the Amber Geiger. He's gonna get the two. He's gonna get the 5 years in jail because with that evidence that they do have, that's enough that he will face the manslaughter charge. But they're gonna do it on the lowest level because he is a officer. Because on his recording, you can hear him say, "I can't breathe and my body hurts." And anybody in law is gonna say like, "Why didn't you get off when you heard that?" And that right there is gonna be over. There's
right,
no way you could get on the stand. And when they play that part where he said, "I can't breathe and my body hurts," you're going to tell me you didn't hear that when everybody else heard? That officer is going to get fried right there.
right,
But
right, right.
the reaction needs to be, or the resolution or the solution to that needs to be that there needs to be legislation that comes from it. There needs to be real movement and real legislation. There needs to be an excessive force legislation, number one. Like you
Okay,
can,
see, now that would be like adverse to problem, reaction, solution. So because you were headed in the absolute right direction. Uh,
right?
they create a problem. This is problem, reaction, solution. They create a problem. They react like you just said. They give the
Mhm.
solution, and at the end, they look like the hero when they the ones who
Who
orchestrated the whole thing
created
in
the
the first
they
place.
orchestrated the problem. Yeah, and see that is a very interesting now that you said that because the solution, I mean, from right now, we can already
Now
see
you
it.
already actually said the solution though, but it was
Yeah.
the way you said it. You said it more so in our favor, but you were absolutely right. It goes into legislation now. Now they're going to uh uh just implement some old crazy ass laws to make all
Yeah,
this shit legit.
because look at what's going on now. Look at what happened with Ahmaud Arbery. Now George is now because of what happened with him. Now George is now becoming a hate crime state where if you do crimes and they know that it's hate crime, now they're like, why does it always take for a big national movement and people with fucking social power to illustrate and put light on a real bad murder killing? Now this is where legislation goes. Like, are you serious? It took us this many decades for shit to change because you got LeBron James, you got all these powerful individuals speaking about this. Now this sparks a national conversation to the point where it's making white people look bad too. Oh, now we have to change.
But you know what,
But
big
like,
bro?
why?
Like it
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
literally. But you know what, big bro? It always been like that. Like I'm actually like glad you said that because that's how they got done things done during the civil rights movement. A lot of those actors, athletes, the boxers and things of that nature. A lot of those people were a big part of the civil rights movement.
True.
So that's what LeBron is supposed to do. He has a voice.
He's
You know what I
he's using
mean?
his platform.
Right, right. So that's what you're supposed to do with your celebrity. You know what I mean? So I don't fault that part of the situation, but I totally get
Oh no,
exactly what you're saying. I
yeah,
totally
I
get
wasn't
exactly
fault.
what you're
I was
saying.
Yeah, I wasn't faulting like LeBron James or any of the popular people. I'm saying that why did it have to take up to this point for it to get national? Like, why is it that we're finding out with the Ahmaud Arbery murder 2 months afterward? Like, do you now like, bro? You white people are this fucking wicked. Like,
Right,
I gotta say that y'all white people are this fucking wicked. And then now that all the information came out and everybody now saw, now we need to act. So you gave these motherfuckers a 2 month head start? That's essentially what I'm thinking. Like, because now all of a sudden when the video comes out, because it's graphic and everybody knows how bad it is, And now you get white people, J.J. Watt. You get all these. You get other white people talking about you gotta do something. Now you get white people. Now when the shit gets, but what happened 2 months ago? Why did nobody want to let that shit come out? And then everybody says because it was graphic. Now look at what's going on with George Floyd. This shit just happened on Monday, or what was it? I believe it was Monday. So now you get all this upheaval shit. The shit is like, we now know, well, we've been known how wicked the white man is. Like, we know that there's no salvation for this cave beast. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna play that Jesus card today because I'm not. Jesus just saw that. Jesus was in the sky watching that. There's no way you can tell me that he's gonna save these white people, knowing that white people ain't gonna try to fucking help with legislation because Jesus says he's gonna judge you, motherfuckers. So guess what? He's gonna judge you guys on the way you vote and your intentions too. Because I thought that Jesus knew the intentions of the heart too. So I mean, with their bullshit ass religion that they go to church with on Sunday, he's still gonna know your true intention. How much you really hate, how much in your mind that you want to say the N-word to Rebecca over here and everything else. Like, at this point, like, we gotta know the enemy that we're dealing with. We've been over here in enemy territory for hundreds of years. We gotta know what beast we're dealing with.
Now that's a beautiful topic to touch on. We gotta know the enemy, and I want to keep touching on that because it could easily be perceived from what's being said that we're against all white people. And I want to keep reiterating that this is only for y'all that's against us. It is what it is. The brother, like the brother said, the time for play is over with. This is only for those who have something against us. If you stand with us, because there's many people, to touch on that, it's many Caucasian brothers and sisters out there protesting, putting they freedoms and lives on the line and careers and things of that nature right now. It's plenty of them. It's plenty of them that are in arms with us. So
I'm not trying to say all white, like, even though I'm
not talking to you, bro. I'm not talking to you, bro. I'm talking to the audience. This is for the listening audience. This is not for you, bro. I want the audience to completely understand. This is not a ploy or promotion. Right. This is a direct response to what's going on in America against the black man and black woman. It is what it is. We not finna keep sitting up here acting. Don't get me
started on the.
It's not going on.
And you know what the worst thing is, Abo? Just fucking last week, 3 white cops served an illegal no-knock warrant on a wrong residence, and then they killed an innocent black woman who was in her own apartment because they served the wrong warrant, and you went and killed a black woman. And then one of their officers did get seriously injured. The boyfriend at the time was legally armed. He had a firearm permit and everything. Went bust on the officers. One officer, he's basically going to be walking with a limp and using a cane for the rest of his life because he busted his femoral artery in his thigh, and he also shattered the femur bone. So basically, after that, you done. You gonna be walking with a serious limp. You on death duty for life. So that's what happened to one officer. And the sickest thing is before all this came out, the motherfucking governor of Kentucky said that they wanted attempted murder charges pressed to the fullest for that man, Kenneth Walker. The video and the evidence starts coming out. The DA or the actual judge said he dismissed the charges against Kenneth Walker. How fucking deceitful are you? As the goddamn governor, you knew the information and you knew you signed off on an illegal no-knock warrant. And because of one of your niggas got hit, now you want to press to the fullest? You want to press charges to the fullest, knowing what you signed was an illegal no-knock warrant. That means you don't even have to identify yourself coming into this house. What the fuck do you expect? Let somebody kick my shit in. I'm going to definitely tell you, my Beretta's going off. My Beretta's going off. Kick in my door to see what the fuck going to happen. Like, I don't understand that. And then you got these as deceitful as white people are, fucking deceitful. You want to talk about, I want to press full charges on him knowing that you're doing an illegal warrant. And then just earlier this week, I believe just late last week or early this week, they ended up saying that there will be no more no-knock warrants because of how dangerous it is. How quick you change that legislation? God damn, it took an officer to get bust on for you guys to change legislation that quick? But for niggas getting killed in the streets. I mean, we can't you see that shit, Abo?
Shit, wow, bro. That's why I said I'm in 100% agreement with you. Like everything. That's why I said what I'm saying. Is not for you, bro. Like I'm in agreement with you. You have every right to be angry. You have every right to be as upset as you are. So once again, when I'm speaking to the general public and just giving clarification on the situation. Like we're not about to start running up on innocent white people. We're not about to start jacking
here's
up
our thing. You know that's not
innocent
us.
Caucasian
Bro,
brothers and sisters that ain't did nothing
here's the
to
worst
nobody.
thing, Apple. You know that's not even us. You know, look at us in the streets. We just want to honestly, you know what we're about. We just want to live and chill. You know that. We're not about, I mean, if we want to, if we had to, like, if you put us, like if you push a dog, put a dog against the wall, he's gonna have to fight back.
Right.
But I mean, our natural, we just want to chill, relax, maybe barbecue, just chop it up, maybe do some work, maintain the household, watch our children play football, grow up. That's really all we want to do. But it's other people that do not want to see that happen for us. They don't even want us to have the basic necessities of life or living in America. Establish a house, have a decent job, watch your children grow up. They don't even want that shit for black people.
Man, I say it's high time that we start back to policing our own communities, bro.
I've been with that, but look at they want to take motherfucking Bradley from motherfucking Huntington Beach, and now he's over here in motherfucking Crenshaw District. Nigga, you not even, what the fuck? You don't even know what goes on, but this is what they do. They get these, bro, it was like 2 years ago. It was like a year and a half ago, actually. An LAPD officer went and pulled his gun out on these middle school children. It was out here. It was actually a few blocks away from where I live in Anaheim. And I'm like, wait, an LAPD officer lives in Anaheim? Wait, what the fuck? Why doesn't he live in Los Angeles? Nigga, it was a LA County sheriff. If you heard about that shooting in the Costco shooting out here in Corona, it was an LA sheriff that lives in Corona that shot that family. What the fuck? Why aren't you the Corona PD? Why do you have to fucking police outside your area? And that's what the government does. They want others outside of our area to police us. Oh, shoot. Abel, you still there? I'm here. I'll hold it down. But yeah, that's essentially what's going on. Like, they want to police us. They literally do not want us to have no kind or form of control. And that's the worst thing. Like, as a society and as a people, it's sort of hard where we can't even literally have our own city. We can't do anything by ourselves. There always has to be some form of white intervention. And white intervention is the worst intervention. It's just like, I cannot deal. It's, oh my God, I wish there was a place that we could go. But then I already know, nigga, we are more wicked than, if you leave us alone to our own delusions, fuck, we are way worse. I can imagine how this right here is a time for Negroes. This is a time for us to look and reflect and to realize this country ain't for us, dude. And this election, this should show you, this election over here is bullshit. Like, and you guys want to vote thinking voting's not going to change shit. You're voting for Joe Biden. He's the man that passed the 1986 motherfucking drug bill that made it 100-to-1 charges for crack cocaine to from crack cocaine to regular cocaine. And he devised the 94 crime bill that incentivized states to pass laws to lock up black people. And it gave them billions of dollars. Or are we gonna vote for Trump, who we just know is just a racist? I'm voting for what I already know, because you already know Joe Biden, he's already got a shaky ass history. We already know how much of a racist that nigga is. So it's just like, at this point, I mean, voting isn't gonna do anything for us. I mean, we do hold the key to the election. If we do sit down, Republicans win hands down. But at this point, we got to start doing something. we got to utilize what little power we have, like voting power, and we got to just say, hey, man, we're not going to vote this time because you guys are going to keep fucking us up. You guys are so fuck it, just not vote. All that's going to happen is you're going to get people like Michelle Obama talk about, oh, I don't like you black people because you put Donald Trump in here. No, fuck you, Michelle. Like you get these coon ass people like that talking about, oh, well, this is why, and no, oh, this is going to be worse this time. Donald Trump just gonna say, I want that painting over here. I want to move from right there to over here. That's all he's gonna do. Because nigga, he's not leaving the office. Like, you're gonna put Joe Biden up here. He's not doing shit for black people. Not gonna do a goddamn thing. And that's the thing. They don't want to do shit for black people over here. And the worst thing is, Abo, the worst thing about this is I want to go pull that article up. Because what they actually said is that if because
pull it up, bro. Get it.
Oh no, I got like 5 or 4%, and I'm outside my house. You know, I'm about to take a shot, smoking. I'm gonna still fuck with you, but
okay.
No. But there's actually a report out there, and it was speaking about because white people they did hear about that. You know, return back to Africa 2020 or 2019, 2020. Oh, the year of return. Remember that? So there's actually a report out there.
Yeah. I'm familiar with it.
Mm-hmm. And so there's actually a report out there saying that because white people really think that we're about to go back in the droves, like by the hundred thousands and millions. So they actually put out a report saying that if niggas were going to go back in droves like that, they would actually start a campaign and a war over there in West Africa to bring our asses back over here. Yeah. So it's like, we're damned if we're do or we're damned if we don't. Like, they literally, like, even if they say, all right, you can leave, get the fuck out of America. All right, nigga, we leave in droves. They will bring our asses back because they already know we are the labor force here. They need us, but they want to kill us. But then they want to be around us and police us, but then they fear us. But then you want to be around us at all the social events, and we want to be called. You got these white women want to fuck all these fucking college football players. I thought you're scared of black people. Like, like you can't win you can't win living around them, if you know what I mean. Because like, what the fuck, dude? It's just like I can't. You got it, Abo. Give me a minute. You got it, sir.
Yeah, man. That's like you said. That's crazy, bro. I don't get it. Like, I don't know what they want from us at this point, bro. Like, serious business. Like I'm saying, like they won't let us be. You know what I mean? Right. They won't let us do our own thing, but then at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even understand, man. It's a love-hate relationship, bro. I guess, bro, just to say the least. It's one of those.
Nah, this is more like hate relationship because how can it be love? They don't show.
No, it's definitely a love-hate thing because, like you said, they don't want us around, but they want us around. They don't like us, but they like us. Like, it's crazy. like I don't get it, bro. Like, I don't get it.
And nobody's gonna understand it because nobody understands the white man. White women don't even understand white men. Right? Like, it's so much like, and that's the thing. Like, we're never gonna understand them because, like, what is there to really understand? Like, they're just a cave beast, and like, they're not civilized. There's so much wrong with them. I just, you know what? At this point, like I've been saying, and that's why I was over here saying his sister was over here trying to get in her fucking feelings. Because, like I said, I'm not gonna hold my fucking mouth. I'm talking about white people. And worst thing is, you got our sisters over here that want to stick up for them. That's disgusting. Because, like I said, I really think that sisters, like white women, they low-key want to fuck black men. So I think you sisters literally want to, on the side, you guys fantasize about fucking white men. And that's why black women are the biggest defenders of a lot of people. You know? And that's really what I think. Hold it down for 1 second, Abo.
Okay. Why are you doing that, though? Like, I just don't get it. What's the purpose, my brother? It feels good, though. I'd be lying if I said it didn't. Yeah, man.
All right, Abo, you still there with me, King?
Yeah. I was actually just about to make a statement.
Oh, go ahead. My bad, sir. Go ahead. You got it.
No, you good. No, you good. You good. What you about to say, bro?
Oh, nothing. Like I said, I'm still picking up off of that. Just like I said, man, I'm still, because you know us, we're very influential people. That's why the media, they're gonna keep talking about it because they know we're basically programmed. You know, and I'm just letting you know, like, man, trust me, Abu, like you and me, we can always vibe and everything. You already know that. It's just I got a problem with this shit right here. Like, we just know the white man hates us. We know that. We see it. It's clear. It's on full display. We should not question it. I mean, the white woman hates us. She wants to fucking lie and threaten to call the cops. All right, cool. We see this. Like, now we see this as black people. What are we going to do? It's literally like, now what are we going to do? I literally have to ask this question, because if we don't do anything, we have set up our children and our children's children for massive failure in the future.
Man. And I don't want to agree to that, but it's like it's so hard not to, bro. It's so hard not to, bro. Like,
it's true. If we don't fight right now, that means our children are gonna be put in the same position where they're like, what? They could just be walking around the street. Oh, you fit the description. Come over here and just get handcuffed and then abused.
Right.
But
right. And I was just thinking that, bro. I was just thinking that, like, man, like, we can't, it ain't like you can even say, okay, we need to teach our kids how to deal with the police. Well, even though I think we still should implement some type of classes like that.
We've been doing this for 5 years.
No. This is what I'm saying. A lot of those tactics that are still, because a lot of those tactics aren't being taught, bro, or implemented in the black household no more. Grandma and them ain't around no more. Grandma and granddad and them ain't around no more. Uncle Earl and them gone now. So a lot of those tactics that were being told to them by their parents and their parents, we're not teaching it to our children. We're not teaching them, hey, look, okay, y'all finna go to this party, do A, B, and C and D, and don't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't do anything differently. If you encounter the police, this is how you act. This is how you speak. So on and so forth. Like, that shit was taught to me. I remember my grandmother giving me them talks.
My mom gave me my talk too, and the worst thing was, what was it? It was like the third time I ever got. The first 2 times I got pulled over by cops was in college. I was barely out of car. I was like, what did I do? I'm like, it's like 1 some in the morning. I'm like, they were just pulling the nigga over because he was in a Saturn. Like, you just pull me over because I'm in a Saturn? I'm like, okay. They didn't do shit. But then the third time I got pulled over, a Mexican officer, he's the one that pulled out a gun on me. What the fuck is going on here? He said, you fit the description. What the fuck? So he ended up taking off. You know, he took me into not custody, but he ended up detaining me, and then he took me to the scene of the crime. Took my shoes off because I guess they said that we have a shoe print, and then my shoe didn't even match. I was like, they got an Air Force. I'm wearing Vans. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, like, they're like, oh, we think you fit, because, like, I guess they said somebody tried to hit an ATM machine and something like that, but they had like all these footprints, like from he was tracking some shit. And I was like, all right. Took my shoes off. Like, it had matched my why. I was like, I think his shoe was too big. Number one, I was like, number two, it was a Nike. I'm like, I got Vans on, so this is dead. I'm like, why'd you pull a gun out on me though? And they always try to say you fit the. I was like, fit the description of hitting an ATM, but you're gonna pull a gun out. Like,
for ATM like, robbery.
Yeah, that's not even
for a petty fucking theft.
That's not even
even though that would be kind of like would that be like a federal offense fucking with an ATM machine?
It would be a federal offense, but I'm
right,
like,
but it's still a petty fucking act. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, let's be real here. A motherfucker breaking an ATM is not killing no fucking body. The money is insured. The money is insured.
FDIC insured. You feel me?
Worst case scenario, he fucked up the ATM machine. Whoop did fucking do. You gonna pull a pistol on a nigga? I'm saying I'm absolutely with you, bro. I'm 100% with you, bro. You gonna pull a pistol on a nigga for an ATM robbery? I didn't run in a store.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't like I pulled a bishop in juice. Nah, nigga, I took something from a machine, an inanimate object, and you about to shoot me in the face. That's wild, man.
And that's the thing. Like, I just take my own personal experiences and everything else like that, and then once things started happening, once I started to see things in real life, because we all see what's going on in the media, and even though things are a little bit different out here in Cali, like there's a little bit of racism, but I mean, honestly, what it is we got to start. I mean, it is the intention of the cops, because there have been some cool white cops. We've seen some dick white cops too. So at this, we just got to understand that. I think that to me personally, that whole field of work, I mean, the police don't do anything. I mean, I'm not going to say that, but with this whole idea, because we know what they started from, the police ended up starting from slave patrol. So at this point, I mean, we know the original inception of police, and it's always a detriment towards black people. I mean, as much as you were trying to say we got to find a way to talk or work with police, do white children need to
no,
work?
No. I wasn't so much saying as work with them. Like I said, we need to teach our children. We need to teach our children, specifically our young men, how to deal with those people when they go. Because once again, that's why I asked the question to you earlier. Could the brother have did something different? I wasn't speaking so much toward after the fact that he was already cuffed and on the ground with a knee in his neck. No, I was saying prior to all that. Was it something? Was it something said? You know, I mean, listen. You know,
there was actually something said.
We quick temper. We quick tempered as a motherfucker, especially when we feel like we being wronged, right. And we already know that the odds against us, bro. Fucking with them people. So it's like, come on, we gotta teach our children to have more temperament. I'm not saying be
like
passive.
A doormat.
Yeah, definitely not teaching that. Definitely not saying be passive, but you definitely have to understand the situation you're in, man. You're in a lose-lose, bro. You're dealing with a person that is obviously having a fucked up date for whatever reason, and they want to take the shit out on you. They don't like you for whatever reason, your color, the neighborhood you're from, the way you dress, whatever it is. They don't like you having drink, whatever the case may be. You already know that's a lose. And then this person just so happen to be a officer of the law, a public official. No, you're in a lose now. Mm-hmm. This guy or this gal with this gun has a law behind them. They have a whole constitution behind them.
Yes, sir. They have legislation, all kinds of shit. A fucking police union.
So that's why I'm like, yeah, come on now. Let's keep it real. We got to teach our children what they're dealing with. We're not gonna teach them to be afraid. We're not going to teach them to be passive, or in better words, like you said, we're not going to dare teach our children to be doormats for anybody. They ain't my child, especially my kids. I don't have any yet, but Lord knows when I do, they ain't going to be no punch. Just like they daddy and they mama ain't no punching bags. They will not be anybody's.
No, I feel you.
Punching bags, but they will. You about to leave this home out of the safety and protection of my watchful eye. You're going out there in a dangerous world. There's gonna be some people out there. They may dislike you for whatever reason. Just prepare yourself in this form.
Right.
And if you encounter such people.
And that needs to be the thing. Like, I mean, Obama was trying to do all this. Like, and here's my only thing though. Why is it that the black community has to learn how to work with? They don't come to the Mexicans. They don't come to the Asians, the Middle Eastern. I mean,
no, that's actually not true, bro. That's actually not true. But
we see a majority of the time it's always the black community. Like, they want to stigmatize us.
The main thing I want to try to focus on that, because we done got into the who don't like us and so on and so forth, and we done even got into the privileges of others. We done touched on a lot of that. So what I want to touch on for just a few minutes here without going outside of the black community uh to the comparisons in a way is solutions. Solutions.
Mm,
What policing, number one on the list.
yes.
Policing our own neighborhoods. Bro, Terry said
Mm,
he been saying it. Obviously we weren't listening to the brother. Now is the time, unless we gonna sit back for another George Floyd. Unless we gonna sit back through another
Ahmaud Arbery.
Trayvon Martin or so on and so forth. Unless we gonna just sit back through it. Now we
We
do
are.
have a choice, y'all. We can either band together and start back to protecting our own, or we can just keep letting these folks do whatever they want to do. That's the choice. It is what it is. It ain't no in between. It ain't no gray area here.
Right. And I think that's what people are looking for. They're trying to find a gray area. Like, nah, for black people, there is no gray area. This is how we live. Like, and you are right. Until we do start to come together to police our own, I mean, that's square one. If we can police our own communities, at least we can ensure that certain kind of life and everything else like that. But I mean, right now, with the way white people do it, because, and this is why I said white people are Negrophiliacs, because if you go throughout Crenshaw district and you go throughout certain parts of LA, it's only white people that work that. They will not let the brother that lives in that city or that area police his own community. For God no reasons why, I don't know why. But that's how white people have it. And I've been saying, a majority of LA, other places, it's all black. Like, y'all gotta have black people. They do not want that. So if we could police our own communities, number one, that I feel like would help us. And then number two, like, I know we can't do this all the time, but I'm just saying we gotta have the know-with-all of who we're dealing with. Like, when you're out there in the real world, like, we gotta
Right,
know white people. Like, not everybody is your friend out here in this world. Like, people
right,
want to do ill will and have malice intention.
right. And we that's exactly what we talking right now. Knowing the enemy is the biggest part of this mission. Like, but for the most part, like I said, getting back to
The
policing
top
our
part.
own communities, like that's the number one. I don't see another avenue. I mean, I've been thinking all day. I've been thinking since yesterday. I've been thinking since the day before that. Like it ain't no way out of it, bro. It is what it is. Like we either, like I said, we either get back to protecting our own, or we can keep on sitting through these type of incidents. And we can keep making YouTube videos, going Facebook Live, and all this. And more importantly, while we didn't discuss all this, man, my prayers go out to that man's family, man, specifically his mother and father, man.
And he cried
I
out for
don't.
his mom too, right before he died. That's so
Right,
sad.
right. So you got to imagine how hurt that lady is. You got to imagine. I'm almost about to be in tears right now, just really trying to relate to that lady hurt, bro. For to hear her son calling out to her as she was dying. Yeah, man. Come on, man. That's a different level of torture.
Mm-mm.
You as a parent, I'm not a parent, y'all, and I can feel or I can try to relate to this lady's pain right now, to this father's pain right now. If you're a parent, just think about what just happened. Her child, the one she would live and die for, that's all you mothers, I'm sure of it. Her child was calling her, and she could do nothing to protect her baby. Now, if you a
It was
mama, I need not say no more.
I was gonna say this. It wasn't that, it was just that. And this is why I said early in the call. This goes back, I'm putting the blame on those same individuals who stood around and did not want to do anything. You know? Just sat around, or you stood around and watched this man die. So this is gonna speak volumes about us, you know, as black
Cause
men.
we don't care, bro. Cause we don't care, bro. I guarantee, like you said, now this is where I will make a comparison here. This is where I will make a racial comparison here. Had it been any other group of people, bro. Matter of fact, did you see one of those officers, the little short, stubby guy that was
He's
standing there
Asian.
the whole time,
Yeah.
just standing there with his hands on his hip? Uh, did you
Hmm.
notice? Did you notice he was of Asian descent?
Yeah. And you got the same Asian community trying to congregate with the Congressional Black Congress over here talking about we're facing racism too.
I
But
mean,
yet you two all go ahead.
but even beyond that, and not to cut you out, big bro, I'm finna let you get it right back. But even beyond that, what I'm seeing is, like I said, this is my opportunity to make a racial comparison. Uh,
Go ahead.
he would not have allowed that had that been an Asian kid. Had that been an Asian dude, he would not have allowed that officer to do that, bro. And that to me says a lot, man. That to me says a lot.
It does.
Nobody is going to protect us, bro.
Mm-mm.
We gotta do it ourselves, man.
Mm. Now, I don't like to get biblical. I hate to get biblical. But one of the curses, doesn't it say that you shall flee and shall seek you and you shall flee 7 ways in Deuteronomy
Oh yeah,
28?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Says your enemy will come in one way, and you will flee 7 ways from some of
I
that
mean,
nature, some along
that's
those lines.
and we're already, and like it says, keep reading in Deuteronomy 28. It already says that he shall take you from one end of the earth even unto the other. So we're already brought from the eastern hemisphere to the western. So I mean, he's just doing according to what the scripture says. If you want to be technical, because the white man, he
I mean,
is
yeah, definitely, definitely. If you want to be technical, I say all this is according to scripture. I just, I was trying not to get biblical,
not for you.
I wanted this to be just a general discussion, but no, no, no. I mean, that's part of a general discussion. I just know when the biblical discussion starts, it just tends to bring the wrong crowd, and I don't be with it. I don't be
Oh
with
no,
the argument, bro. I'm straight. I'm
oh no,
straight,
I got
especially right
I,
now. I'm straight on all that, bro. We've been having a beautiful, productive conversation. I'm digging it.
this
So,
is no. Let's
don't.
continue.
I
We'll continue,
don't even
but
want to attract that crowd.
but no, like just in regards to what we can do right now, I think first of all, policing our own community, that is number one. That should be number one for us. Number two, um, legislation does need to be passed because everybody else has protection here in this country. I mean, a simple hate crime law and everything else isn't going to do it until things get passed nationally for these cops to, and this will most likely be the one that sets the standard for excessive force, which is going to be sad. In 2020, this is going to be the one that does. This is going to be the one that will actually be on the books for excessive force because lawyers and other retired police chiefs did say, and when you actually go to the audio, it's gonna tell you when the man says he can't breathe and you're still doing it, you have now done excessive force. So
Right.
legislation will have to nationally get passed in regards to these officers, and then yeah, that's gonna have to be done because with all these cases, they're trying to say we don't have a case of excessive force to go off of. This will now be the one where you now know that the man is already in, he's already in custody or he's already detained. You're going beyond. So there will be this one, and there's going to be another case I know in the future involving guns, and that's going to be the next standard where these officers shot too many shots when they know the individual was down. That'll be the
Right.
next one. Once you get those two, you basically stripped all power and ability away from police officers. But that's sort of the reasons why they cannot implement. They do not want to implement those laws because they want the police to have those powers and the ability to do that. Because you have a police union and lawyers and everything else to back them up. That's why. And remember, they get to investigate themselves and they never get to find themselves guilty.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm shell shocked, bro. Like that's why I've been thinking on it, man, for like I said, the past few days. Like I'm just thinking hard on this stuff, bro. Like this is crazy, bro. Like yeah, of course I'm still going by all means try my best to apply what I believe this Bible is teaching. But yeah,
I still
it just some stuff. It just some stuff. This Bible, it's
like I
just
said,
some stuff.
I
Even this
didn't burn
Bible
it. I
ain't telling me. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, it is. Like, no, I take that back. There actually are scriptures that tell you, how to deal with an actual physical enemy.
yeah, Romans. The book of Romans tells you, it says agree quickly with your adversary quickly.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about more along the lines of protecting yourself in your household.
It does say that
And
too.
that's probably be in the Torah. That probably be more so in the Torah. It's not, brother.
That's somewhere in Deuteronomy. I know it's somewhere in there if I really go back in there. But I know it's somewhere in there about you could definitely protect your household. I know it's in Deuteronomy.
But no, like my thing is like we could do that because you saw what happened with Kenneth Walker. These cops served an illegal warrant on a household. The man got arrested because he fought the cops with his gun. He had a gunfight with him, and he fucking came out. He busted an officer too. He's gonna be fucked up for life too. You hit the femoral artery and you busted the femur bone, so he broke your thigh bone and he busted a main artery in your thigh. So that was a bullet that fucking got you. That was a good one.
Yeah, that ain't
He's done.
necessarily
That
a
cop.
good thing, bro. That ain't necessarily a good thing. You know how cops feel about cops. Like they'll kill that brother, man.
I know, but look you served an illegal warrant. You got bust on. He survived.
No. All this cool. No,
you know what they? I know after the aftermath because they're gonna think they. But at this point, I mean, you already know the man is strapped. You have to give the man his gun back. That's the worst thing. He had to walk out of jail a free man, and you have to give him his weapon back. And he's gonna bust on you again because I believe they said that her Breonna Taylor's boyfriend was a security guard, so he's legally allowed to carry fucking hollow points.
Man, it's crazy, man.
So I mean, I think that's what Charlemagne the God, he said is right. Every black man should now carry a firearm to defend themselves, and we should all get carry permits. I do believe that. I believe we all should have we should all get concealed carry and carry permits. Let's just do the classes. Okay. Let's just go get because white people do it. I mean, they're legally allowed to carry.
Now, Charlemagne, being the public figure he is, has to know that ain't no good advice to say every black man. Like, no, you need to be more specific, bro, and say every eligible black man. Because that shit, yeah, no, it sounds like you just told every nigga, even the niggas who ain't legal to take up arms, and that just ain't what it is. But now by default, he kind of alluded to saying all eligible participants when he said concealed weapons. When he said get concealed weapon license.
Get the right to carry. Get your right to carry permit.
You would have to be a legal. Everybody know that you would have to be a damn legal citizen to obtain.
I mean, I'm with it. I mean, at this point now,
but still though, like I said, I'm just big on words, man. I'm just very big on words, bro. Like that's why I be trying to clarify shit. Like because I understand this English language, bro, and they will use this fucking shit against you. I understand it, and they will take these very words and try to. Ain't no try to. They will flop the fuck out your words. Oh, he just told these niggas. Yeah. He just told little Ray everybody to go pick up a gun. Okay. That's tradition.
Like that, but you know what I mean?
That's all. I'm serious. I'm serious though. I'm serious though. Like you and me understand it, but they can.
Like he said to take up a weapon to defend, not to go out
press up. No, this is like in these kind of situations, like what happened with Ahmaud Arbery, where he's shot
Understood.
and then you get like, you feel me, these, you know, you get people in the truck with the shotgun out. What the fuck? Like, you feel me? Like, what the fuck? Now this is,
Understood.
but not like
Understood.
get the
But this
gun
is
just
what I'm
out.
saying. This is what I'm saying. That's not what I said, and I don't think that's what he said. Listen, what I said. It it can, and if a motherfucker want to press the issue, it will be misconstrued. That can be easily twisted and manipulated in a courtroom setting as a form of sedition. Like this dude's a radical. He's an extremist or extremist.
Eh, I mean, you could. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to say all that, but then you have so many other people that would be considered extremists because of their views, you know, things like that.
Who in
I
the
mean,
fuck?
uh-oh,
This nigga,
uh-oh.
baby, I thought you was asleep, baby. Man, you back asleep. Talk to me, brother. And you
No,
just killed my shit, man. Talk to
no,
me.
we were talking about defending ourselves in guns and people arming
Man.
up. But what I was saying is, I understood what Charlemagne the God said, and
Yeah.
I was I was just saying, like, right now, at this point in time,
Okay. Look, P game, but you just killed my live. I'm literally on with it. Damn, man. Hold on for this. Look, bro. I'm on with it with a participant. Uh, and we discussing some real nigga shit. Like what you saying is some real nigga shit, but what we saying, you need to be over here on what we saying, cause this is just as real as.
yeah, better tell them, come on. Uh-oh, I got it. Don't worry. But yeah, like I said, people, what we need to do, and like I was trying to iterate, is I feel like what we need to do is start taking up arms. Meaning not go for defense, for defense. Not like we're gonna go take arms and we're gonna take, no. Just have something at home just in case, you know, just like Homie did. Homie had something chilling at the pad. You know, you have these cops, they served an illegal warrant, and what happened was, boom, boom, bow. You know, he got to walk out. Homie got bust on. He's exonerated because he was proven to show that, you know, these people served an illegal warrant. I called the cops saying that there's a break-in at my house. They didn't say anything. They said, and then what happened was he fired on them. He fired on them. So I mean, I'm all about defending home, never about pressing up on people. So my message is never to press up on anybody or anything like that. Like my message is just defend yourself, because you can see what time it is. You can see what these people are doing to us, and you can see their intentions. So, I mean, at this point, we should realize us as Black people. We don't have no friend. We don't have no you know, we don't have no what do you call it? We have no friends over here. Like, we're fighting for ourselves. So I mean, it's just, I mean, if we go back to Africa, it's I don't even know about that shit. Like, it's just so much. Like, people talk about going back to Africa. Like, it's, we already built this motherfucking country. It's too late. Like, man, we're subjected to this because basically white people, they don't want to do shit for us. Until we affect them economically, they don't want to do shit for us. The one thing I will say that MLK did that was very effective was that fucking bus boycott. Now that thing, where they made legislation pass. So I mean, do we have to literally affect them economically to literally start causing some change here? Like, voting should be step one, and then pulling out of the economy, meaning we stop participating. Like, we got to stop. So those are my things, like, because unless we cause some serious change, this country for our children and children after us, it's gonna be fucked. Like, I don't really see much of a future for them. Like, unless if we don't get serious legislation to the point where, like, I understand, we know what America, we could see the hate, we could see all the shit, we see it. We understand it. Okay, other people come from other countries and they still exert all that shit. And then they all of a sudden they feel some kind of oppression, and then they're so quick to run to us. Oh, what do we, man, back the fuck up. That's what I've been trying to tell us as a race. We're so quick to count everybody and want to make everybody and be cool with it. Bro, as black people, it's time to just be exclusive only to ourselves. Be excluded, secluded, be secluded and exclusive only to ourselves. We need to stop trying to interact with everybody else, and that shit is over, dude. If black people only just decided to stay by themselves and only congregated by themselves, watch and see what the fuck would happen. Stop trying to hang out with everybody and be so goddamn social all the goddamn time. Like, just only be for us and only be with us amongst us, and watch what the fuck gonna happen. You'll definitely cause change then. Like, it'll go to the point where white people, they're gonna press up on them. Like, they do it already. And it's just, like, we gotta stop. Like, literally, like my name says, when are we gonna wake up? Like, you think this killing is gonna solve anything? It might. This one may be. If you continue to press and press and press and press, and you continue to press the issue, then yes, then something may definitely get passed. If you continue to, but right now we can see. You got the family saying that that their son was murdered, all this shit. So, I mean, like I said, this shit is just, I don't even know. Like, I just say I can't trust none of them. There's some that I can, but in this day and age, like, my goodness, like, for that to happen, for nobody to do anything, for officers to see this man die, and then for them not to do or say anything, well, the little remarks that they did say, the little smirkish remarks, that's why when the Minneapolis mayor saw the video and the footage, he said, nah, charges have to be brought. Like, that's sad. To the point where when you have the mayor and everybody else saying charges have to be brought, like, everybody done seen the shit. Like, and the worst thing is they're gonna let this dude, they're gonna give all kinds of bullshit excuses for him, and he's only gonna have to serve 5 to 10 years. Just like that Amber Geiger shit. And that will be the substance, and that will then officially be the standard. We have a few, like what happened with what's his name? Not Jordan Davis, but there was another kid out there in Texas. I forgot the young kid's name. He was a 15-year-old kid, I believe a high school freshman coming from a party, and he was a football player. And as cops were breaking up the party, they sped away from cops, driving away from cops, and an officer, a white cop, pulled his rifle out of his car and busted on a fucking car full of high school kids leaving a house party. Cop got into his car and just busted on him, killed one kid, a football player. Then he goes to jail. He lied on the stand and said the car was coming to him. Video evidence showed the car was already 200 yards away and driving beyond towards the street sign. The man lied on the stand, and now I believe he's serving 15 to 20 years. But I'm like, God damn, like, that's not enough. Like,
It had to go that far for you to lie on the stand and then video evidence? And then now what? Like, fuck. Like, your lawyers have to take that L. So, you know what? Michael Slager, that one too, tried to say that he feared for his life while a man was running away from him. That's all they say. They're gonna say that this man feared for his life. Then they're gonna say, how do you fear for his life when he's got handcuffed, when he's this and that? So it's just like, the shit is, at this point, we know what the media and everything else they're doing. They're trying to incite the race riot. They're trying to incite the race war. Like, it's not time yet. And I'm not trying to say that there will be a race war, race riot, but I feel like they wanted to gear towards it. I just say, just let it be a fair one. And niggas better be strapped up and have a lot of ammo. Because, bro, these motherfuckers, they ain't gonna play. They got all kinds of technology, everything. So, I mean, at this point, there will be some justice coming from what happened, what we just saw that did go national and did go viral, just like what happened with Amber Geiger. But with this one, it's like major legislation must be passed. And I think there will not be change until major legislation does get passed. Because illegal holds and excessive forces and everything else, over excessive shootings, and you're just doing this just because, like, the shit is stupid. But then off the clock, you want to try to be buddy and try to, the shit is dumb. The shit is fucking stupid. I would fucking never, ever. I would never be friends with the cop, because you got to think of that kind of fucking mindset. You guys would do anything to save your fucking ass, but want to be so gung ho towards black people. But then off the clock, you guys try to be cool black people and try to do this shit. And oh, we're so, back the fuck up, dude. Like, that shit is stupid. Like, and we as people need to be way more wiser. We need to stop being so gullible for that shit. That shit fucking annoys me. Niggas always want to be all, like, you want to let these cops really try to give an image and give a falsetto and a falsality, thinking that they're actually good in the community. They'll do a cookout. They'll do some fucking basketball, some dumb shit, thinking that, man, fuck them. Like, we already know what their real intentions are. But it's just like, goddamn, the shit is dumb, and it gets dumb after a while. I do agree with you, Abbo. We do need to police our communities, our own communities. Will they allow us is the question. Majority, no. You won't let fucking my uncle and your uncle fucking can patrol our community, because you already know. Nigga, there will be no tickets. There'll be a lot of warnings and shit like that. And hey, you better tell his ass to chill the fuck out. You feel me? Nah, these motherfucking white people, they want to be so fucking gung-ho towards us, but then they only do that to an extent, to where they want to fucking subdue us and have us in constraint. That's how bitch-made white people and white cops are. A nigga cop would fight your ass. But white people have to, I gotta constrain you, then I want to be hard with you. Like, that's how fucking weak and pussy they are. And I just say, like, it's so sad. And we want to intermingle with this race of people, with these cave beasts. We want to make Patrick Mahomes, Blake Griffins, Lonzo Ball. That shit is fucking Trey Young's. That shit is fucking disgusting to me, dude. Get our own kind, like Charles Barkley saying he only deals with white women. Like, the nigga has lost, like, we have lost it here in America. We have literally lost, our ancestors are like, what the fuck? Like, we don't give a fuck. That's what I realized. We just don't give a fuck. The nigga in 2020 just don't give a fuck no more. He is just a lawless bastard. That's what the fuck I realized. Like, the shit is just sad. Like the nigga here in 2020, you were just a fucking brute ass, don't give a fuck. Just, it's sad. We done lost all kinds of way. Fucking hate it, dude. Like, we literally, like, we just lost all kinds of fucking way. Like, that shit, it is amazed me. Like, we have lost all kinds of ways. And it's just, I'm good, bro. Like, man, I love it, but it's just, I just really can't do it no more because, like, when are we gonna change? Like, I can't, like, for real, man. Like, the shit literally is amazing to me. The nigga here in America is just, we are gone. Our ancestors, like, we don't even give a fuck. Like, god damn. Like, we have been so socio-bred and indoctrinated to try to acclimate ourselves in America to the point where, just look at us. We have become the inbred Negropean. It's sick. It is literally fucking disgusting. Like, I can't say no more. Like, I can keep it's so sick, man. It is really disgusting. It is just really I find it sad. When are we gonna stick up? Black man, when are we gonna stick up? When are we gonna stand up? When are we gonna do some shit? If we don't do anything, we're just gonna continue to be subjected to this kind of impoverishment and this kind of treatment. Like, basically, you're not willing to put anything on the laws, anything on the books. White people are so quick to enact and do everything so fast. I've already said, I've heard several other people and several other channels talk about having our own black political party. You might as well uphold those 20 to 30 million votes. Fuck it. We can vote for our own candidate. It'll at least disrupt some other shit. We might as well just fuck up the other shit. I mean, that's my only thing. Like, to be honest with you, we might as well either, we got to continue to push forward just to get basic rights here in America. But then, that 3/5 of a human shit is still considered on the books and blah 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 and all this other bullshit. Like, until we get to change the amendment, then we don't get no rights. Y'all talking about get a law passed. Change the fucking amendment. Then maybe we could talk. Like, you got to take out all that bullshit. The 13th Amendment and the 14th. Take all that bullshit out. Until you get to affect major change like that, or you get amendments passed that relegate those, or relegate that, that's it. Like, we're forever lost. We're just a done people. They consider us a permanent underclass in America. And that is the term. I hate it. They consider us a permanent fucking underclass. Fuck these people, man. And then when people talk about Africa, look at Africa. You got the fucking Chinese in Africa. You got same racism, different people, different continent, even if you go back. And the Africans ain't even going to go and allow them to come back because the governments are sold out there over the money. So which one do you want to sell? So which one are you going to change? Like,
Hey, I'm here, bro, Terry. I'm here. I've been here the whole time. I just was
I know, I
on
know, I
a
know, I
very,
know. I'm
very
just,
important phone call from my big brother.
I
So,
don't
yeah,
keep.
yeah, you keep going in, bro. I'm here. You keep going
Oh,
in.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
You know me. If I see a need to chime in at any point, I got you.
I know, like I said, I'm starting to feel depressed. Like, damn, I'm just going in on the Negro. Like, god damn, like it's just, it's just amazing what we've become here in America. Like, so complacent. Like, a blunt, some good music. Like, god damn, this is what we consider shit. And look at what white people have. They got home, good gated communities. Shit, even when we had our shit, it got bombed from the fucking sky. The first time bombs were ever used on American soil happened on Black Wall Street, and it came from fucking planes, military planes. They used real tactics and destroyed Black Wall Street, and it's recorded. Everything is recorded, and now white people barely want to acknowledge it and everything, and they just want to call it such a great travesty because there are still some survivors. That I think they said that there's still 13 survivors alive to this day from that. It's like 12. It's like eight or I think it's like 8 or 9 or 13 that they said. And I'm just like, damn, you had some survivors that still fucking survived that shit. So they put forth the case and they actually won money and all this other shit. And I'm like, but that goes to show you how wicked white people are. Even when we had our own shit. we had we had what was that? Rosewood and Auburn Hills. I think it was Rosewood they burned down and they destroyed that city of ours that we owned out there in like Florida. Auburn Hills, that was in like Alabama, I believe. So we owned that one. They burned it down or they destroyed it. Worst thing was we rebuilt it. Then they burned it down again. That was the one I remembered. It was like Auburn Hills because that one got rebuilt twice. And white people came in after during the rebuild and broke the shit down again. Like that's how deceitful white people are. That is what you're dealing with. And look at the Native Americans. Yeah, they get government money, they get casinos and everything, but look what happened. This was theirs. It's no longer theirs. Europe is a shithole. The white man will not take his ass back to Europe. They know how they remember. See, the worst fucking thing is, and the saddest shit that I know about white people, they know white people know their own shit. They know shit. Like that's why you tell a white person take your bitch ass back to Europe. They know what the fuck their own history is because they know European history. They talk about they came over here for some religious shit. Man, fuck that bullshit. That's just some bullshit. They fled their ass because they fucked the country up. I don't believe none of that bullshit. I can't believe none of that bullshit talking about some pilgrimage, some Mayfair, some flower. No, motherfucker. You guys did this shit for conquest and for manifest destiny. And dude, it didn't start with you. It didn't start with these American or these British, these kind of whites, these Dutch Brit, it didn't start with these Scandinavian fucking British, those kind of like northern whites. No, this shit started with those motherfucking Spanish and Portuguese. These are first motherfuckers that ever touched this goddamn continent. People could talk about the Anglo-Saxons, yeah, the Scandinavians, and blah, 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 blah. Prove that shit then, bitch. And a lot of people can't. But I know what we can prove. A lot of people going to talk about the Scandinavians, England, man. Prove that shit then. So it's a fucking myth. All that shit about, yeah, I understand Magellan sailed the 7 seas and everything. He didn't touch this continent. He might have sailed all 7 oceans or whatever the fuck, but he didn't fucking touch this. Show me where it says he touched America. And if not, that motherfucker didn't rape it like the fucking Spaniards and the goddamn Portuguese. The goddamn. And now look at it. That's why you get it's so sad. The conquest. That's what they did it for.
And now look at Europe. Europe is a shithole. Europe is a fucking donut. Like, they would never take their ass back to Europe. Especially with all that intermingling and all the Arabs and the fucking Africans in Europe. It's already compromised. They tell you how bad Europe is. It's not even that white. They've estimated, I think they said that on estimate, there's around maybe like, I think they said it's around 690 to 710 million white Europeans worldwide, worldwide, and that's horrible. Because remember, Russia only has like 140, 150. So Russia really has the majority of white people on this continent. America actually has, they're like second or third next to like Europe. No, they're third next to Europe. So, I mean, they lie about their real European numbers because remember, Hispanics identify as white. Like studies show, over 64% of Hispanics, they said that if they could, they would identify as white. So they're white people. So I mean, it is what it is. Like, you got to deal with them, and it's just I mean, at this point, I don't know. They're always gonna say just allow the process, allow the process. Now, this is what's gonna happen. While the process is going on, they're gonna do everything like they're doing Ahmaud Arbery. Look at what the media is doing. They're doing a campaign and they're doing a smear campaign on him. They're talking about, look at, he was arrested at this time. What does him having prior arrests have to do with these white people driving up on him on a jog? Like, I don't understand this shit. What narrative are you painting? Because, oh yeah, I got arrested 3 years ago. Okay, for what? For, I don't know, whatever the fuck you got arrested for. But I don't understand why the media, they do this thing with, and it's only with black people. It's only really with black people, but then you get certain ones who have influence, like Sean King. People like Sean King, where they'll expose, like, oh yeah, that McDavid dude or whatever his name is, he was actually at a Klan rally, and then he has the pictures of this dude, and yeah, he's actually at a Klan rally. So now that's like low-key a hate crime. Dude, you already see what kind of intention. And then you went and provoked you provoked something, and then with video evidence has shown that Ahmaud Arbery was not the only individual walking around in that house at that time. There were several other people, but why did you single him out? That is the only thing. And that is my thing right there. Like, I just cannot do it. I can't do it. Like, I believe us as black people, if you leave us alone in our own community, we will flourish and we will do better and we will do more. I mean, you'll let everybody else have their own little sections, like Chinatown, Koreatown. You'll let them have their own little areas. But black people, you just will not let us just have our own shit. Yeah, we have Atlanta. We have a few other places in the South, and we have a few other cities. But I mean, we need to have our own. We really do. Because we got to stop having incidences like this. With more and more incidences like this, it's going to continue to train and program people to make them feel powerless and weak. And this stuff is not going to be good for us. We need to stop, and we need to continue to move forward. We need to try to, to me personally, I didn't think integration worked. I think segregation was better for us. I mean, if you left us alone for our own shit, I think that we could do better than white people, me personally, because we would not have incidences like this. They only do this towards us.
And Abel made one of the greatest points. They wouldn't do that towards an Asian man. A little Asian man, they wouldn't do all that excessive force, putting the neon. They only do that towards us. And then they try to make excuses, and then there's certain white people that they can't even make an excuse. The white mayor of Minneapolis, where this incident happened, he said it's hard for me to say something because there's no excuse for this. Even the mayor said it. The mayor said, he said, I'm asking for the district attorney to file charges on this officer. He said, he doesn't have any answers. So, I mean, when you get these kind of incidences with no answers, it's just like, dude, like, what more can be done? Like, I understand it. Like, I see it now. Maybe this is a wake up call. Maybe if what we need to do as Black people, as a voting base, we need to get these coons out of here. These Maxine Waters, Sheila Daniels, Sheila Jackson Lee. We need to get them out of Congress because Ayanna Pressley. We need to get some of these individuals who are our Congress people out of there because they really don't have no Black intention. They're just trying to do their utmost to try to get Joe Biden in there. And it's just like, damn, you really just only use certain incidences that happen towards Black people and you use them to polarize. And that's why I said, if they say that Black people are only at 47 million or whatever, and they've been saying that for the longest, I don't believe that. I think we're at like 50 million plus. I'm counting those plus in incarceration too. Because you incarcerate us the most, you do the most, and we still have this? No way. Fuck out of here. We're at like 50 million plus. So don't let these niggas fool you. They're just trying to play you. That's why I said I don't believe that bullshit they say. So, but no, like I'm trying to say, like, bro, what needs to happen is we need to separate, dude. At this point, we should have realized we need to stop, like, and we need to stop fucking with it. I don't even know now because, like, when you do things like this, what's really gonna happen? These other officers lost their job. Yes, that was right because they did bullshit and they didn't do anything to help Mr. George Floyd, which is very sad. They didn't even help the individual. And it's just like, dude, like, what are you doing? So, I don't even know. I'm lost at words, to be honest. Like, there was no care for human life. The man just watched and witnessed while he was just killing him. Like, there's malice, ill will, intention. These officers saw and witnessed this. The police chief fired them. Like, that's not enough. The mayor has asked for charges. He has asked for his own district attorney to please file charges on this man. Like, the other individuals are sickening. This shows you, and you motherfuckers want to have a heart for Asians. Talking about they're getting racism because of the coronavirus. You saw that Asian officer didn't want to do anything. Watching a Black man die, but now they're getting all this coronavirus shit because they want to bring all their viruses over here because they're a fucking donut race of people with all their fucking weak ass fucking immune systems. They're always some of the sickliest people with the weirdest, strangest diseases because they eat some of the weirdest, strangest food. That's why you niggas want to fuck these Asian exotic ass women. Bitches eating all kinds of fucking octopus and everything. Like, y'all niggas is trippy as shit. The Negro in America is just a dumb nigga. It's just amazing. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know. But I don't even know, man. Abo, you there? If not, I'll still hold it down, but I got you. Just the shit is just amazing. White people would be at their necks, but when you're black, knowing what the fuck we've been through in this country, it it is polarized. But like he said, it is amazing. You could be walking around one day and then just get popped. Just for no reason. Well, not like that, but the cops could just roll up and say dumb shit. You fit the description. Like, what the fuck? I would tell them, I don't believe, show me that shit. He said, because I don't believe that. I would tell them, I don't believe none of that bullshit that they say. They always try to say, you fit the description. It's always a fitting the description. And that's why I say I'm done. And all these Billy badass, and the worst thing is that cop, if he is in jail, he's gonna get fucked up. The reason why they're not gonna get him in, they're not gonna arrest him, because people will know about him and they're gonna know what happened. So if they do arrest him, charge him, and they do put him in jail, he will get fucked up. That's what happened with what's his name? Michael Slager. Michael Slager got arrested for shooting that black man while he was running away. He was running away from the officer, and the officer said, he said, I need help, I fear for my life. And then he just busts on him. And a man recorded the whole incident. And that's what got Michael Slager off. That's what got him in jail. Went to fucking jail within less than like what, a few months. He already got into like 2 fights and got fucked up. They got fucked up. And then they said that, oh man, we gotta move him. They moved him out of the fucking state he was in like Ohio or somewhere in like Ohio, moved him all the way to New York. And then they wanted to try to lessen his sentence because they felt like he was in. I'm like, no, how do you lessen his sentence because he's getting fucked up for what he did? The nigga lied on the stand and he's getting his just due. You white people are so fucking sick. Like, that's sickening. You killed a man while he was running away from you. You got to do 15 years of this. Now you get white people. I get white judges. We might have to reduce his sentence. It's not right. What do you mean it's not right? It wasn't right when he killed that black dude, though, right? And that's the sickest shit about white people. They're always so fucking disgustingly sick to fucking try to defend their weak ass action. Yeah, you killed a person. You don't want to fucking now. You got to pay for the crime. And you got these weak ass fuck white people. These people always want to try to make up all these sad ass excuses, talking about it's so hard to do the punishment. Nigga, that I can't deal with that. That's true life Cain and Abel. Nigga, you did the crime. Now you want to be a vagabond ass nigga. And now you say, oh God, the punishment is too hard. Oh, bitch ass white people. I fucking hate them, dude. That's what it really is. But then with and also there's this other shit that happened. I think that shit happened in like Utah or New Mexico or something like that. It was in like Utah, New Mexico out here where it was this motherfucking white dude in the car with his son, and he's driving at a cop. Police dash camera shows this white dude careening head on at the officer. The officer, black officer, busts on the dude, white dude. They end up colliding. He ends up hitting the car, but with him busting in the car, he ends up killing the son. So the officer, black officer, gets arrested. And then now he's in jail. I think the white dude only got very minimal time, but the black officer is now serving more time. He's serving like 20-some years for murder of the son. But I'm like, why would you be driving? Why would your father be driving head on at a cop car? And you hit the cop car. Like, who the fuck does that? And then you blame the black officer. Like, I've seen it here in America. America, that's why I said, America, you can kiss my ass. You're not going to give us reparations. That's cool. That's fine. You're not going to do anything to restore us from anything that you did to us. That's cool. That's fine. We need to stop believing in their weak ass religion and their weak ass doctrine. We need to stop congregating with white people. We already see what time it is. We're already, if we were to come amongst each other, we already bring in naturally ourselves $1.6 to $2 trillion amongst ourselves. That's how much we spend into the economy. We might as well just put that into ourselves. We might as well. Like, it's coming to that point, dude. Like, we really need to start producing things and coming into ourselves. But my phone is about to fucking, yeah, my bad, Avo. My bad, but my phone, I feel it. My phone's about to shut down soon. My shit's hot as shit too. But
no. What you still talking while you was on the charge?
Yeah, I'm still talking while it's on the charge. This motherfucker hot. I already know it's gonna say that too many applications and shit. But no, like I said, man, until we gotta start concentrating our money and everything else like that, man. And shit, like I said, man, this shit is, I don't know what else we gonna do, man. I really don't. Like, I want us to come together. I hope this actually unifies us. I really do. And so, you know, I do hope it unifies us, because at this point we can only do so much protesting and marching. How many times do we do these marches and these protests and these? Aren't we tired of this? This shit has been going on for decades. Like, you don't see white people really doing that. They're protesting, they march, they go to motherfucking the actual Capitol building with guns. They were doing that shit over social distancing. But niggas can't do shit to get fucking legislation passed. Like, they're just doing that just so they can go to the beach, just so they can go out. Like, we're doing this just to fucking live. Literally. Just to get treated like a decent, just to get treated like somebody that's not fucking subpar. You feel me? Like, we're doing this shit just like you did say, Abo. They're not doing this to the fucking Asian man. They're not doing this to him. They're doing this shit only to us. They don't do this shit to the Arab. They don't do this shit to the Mexican or the Native. They do this shit on us. But yet, they try to say they fear us, but then off the clock, they want to be around us. You want to have your kids do sports with us. And, man, get that weak shit out of here. You should be afraid of my son then. There's so much. You got to actually go look this shit up. It's on YouTube, too. You got to go look that shit up on YouTube, where these kids, they were actually playing football, and this white kid got fucking reamed. He got fucking hit. Like, he got hit really hard by this black kid. Motherfucking parents tried to call the cops and say assault. And that shit's live on shit. That shit's live. Like, parents really tried to call assault for that kind of hit that this kid put on him. So, I mean,
man, and I damn sure, like I said, don't expect this shit to get better. And if we don't do something now, this is my third or fourth time saying it. If we don't band together now, it's pretty much official, bro. Yeah, it's pretty much over with.
And the worst thing is, Abo, we're not gonna come back. That's the saddest thing because you know why? We're too integrated into this society. We want to be like other people. We want to marry this race. We want to our major figures are compromised. Michael Jordan's compromised. Motherfucking all our major ones, they're all with other races of women. Y'all couldn't
See,
even
I
be
don't care about that. I promise I don't. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care about that. Like my only thing is, what are you doing as a person? Like I don't care about your bedroom duties. I don't care who you sleep with, what race they are. That ain't my business.
do you think
What
that that
are
would
you
play
doing?
right? I mean, eh, I don't know because you'll get some people like I'll take Van Jones as an example. This black man talks of that black power shit, married to a white woman. Um, now with him, he's on P Diddy's new Black Media, whatever little talk show channel, whatever, where they literally try to talk about like YouTube channels, like main talking points. Because I've heard them several times bring up a lot of talking points I've heard on YouTube from major Black platforms. I've heard them actually talk about them, and a lot of times, like he talks Black Power, Black, and all that other shit, but then at times he still talks about remaining in the system and really like not really trying to do much. He's just like I don't know why like what I don't know if it's your spouse that like doesn't make you want to go all the way like Jerome Adams or whatever attorney or surgeon general whatever. He was over here trying to lecture black people about that COVID-19 and everything, and then 2 weeks later, a study came out and showed that black people are the most at risk because there's a systemic thing medically where you give us the worst health care and you give us the worst treatment. You don't give us what white people get. And that study came out, and then now you hear all these white pundits talking about, oh, well, the medical system's broken, and but they're not willing to do anything to fix it. All you're doing is giving a smoke and a mirror. You just want to talk about some shit. You really don't want to do shit.
Man,
Like, and that's really what goes on with these people. They really just want to
that
talk. Okay.
that to me still doesn't, what I mean, tell me why they would or why the person that they chose to marry or the race of their spouse would matter. That person just don't give a fuck. That
Well,
still
with
didn't tell me why, if they got a white wife or vice versa, if they got a white husband or so on and so forth, if they have an Asian spouse or Hispanic spouse. I don't see how that stops a person from carrying out their obligations. You don't stop going to work because you marry a white woman. You don't stop
oh
paying
no,
your bills because you marry a white woman. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, you do. You let her make the money. Well, she got good credit.
I mean,
I'm
but
just,
nevertheless, you have the understanding that there's
I'm,
not going to be a free ride completely. One of y'all gonna pay these bills. It is what it is. or y'all
yep.
finna be, or y'all finna be two homeless interracial people.
Uh,
So now, see, it being like like I said once again, I don't even concern myself with things of that nature because I absolutely understand that they have no bearing on how a person conducts themselves.
no, no. Same thing. I know it doesn't affect the way they conduct themselves in a sense, but I just see like right now, like we got two back-to-back incidences, really back three actually. There's one for the LGBT, alphabet community. There's a real nasty one that just happened last week too, for that community too. Like, a white dude killed a black dude because he was about to leak all these photos, and I think he did leak these photos. This white dude, they're gay, whatever. White dude killed his partner over that shit, but it's not getting popularity or anything because the LGBT ABCD whatever community they're keeping that one under wraps. They only really want to do. They only come out when it's black people doing it. When this white kid just did it, it only happened last week. Have you heard about that?
Oh, nah.
Go look it up. It should be national news, but they're not gonna make it because it was a white gay kid who killed a black gay kid. But
Right.
they don't when it's white, they tuck it. When it's with this was too much. This was a video that went viral. And once this happened, you already know it goes on like wildfire. So
And
at
see,
that point, it'll go.
another thing y'all have to take in consideration. Like we like to say white. Like I understand that a lot of this shit is social, political, financial status. You feel what I'm saying? Depending on who that kid's parent was, that would definitely have a lot of reason to why it didn't get as much publicity. Uh, Depending on what news feed covered the story, uh, that definitely will play a role. Like all this shit play a role. So that's why once again, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I try not to focus on this white, black, Mexican, none of that shit, bro. I don't focus on none of that shit. I focus on people. So I know it's hard when we having these type of conversations to not say specifics when it's concerning ethnicity, but it's
Right.
like
But I mean, I
it's
gotta
like
say, it's
I don't want to overdo it though. Like for real,
but
like I don't
but
be
you
wanting
did
to do that.
but you did mention it earlier, like legally, like look at in the law and everything, like look at our legal representation. We're always pushed. We always get 30% more of a heavier sentence than everybody else. Like we actually need legal stuff on the books and the law if that's how it's gonna have to be. Everybody else does it. We have to actually start making that push and that change to get shit put, on the books. Because without that, we're gonna continue to be sitting ducks,
Right,
you
right,
know.
right,
And especially with this one, like you had everybody. You had Colin Kaepernick. You had fucking LeBron. You had everybody there talking about this. And like, this is gonna be one where I honestly, and even the mayor said that he's even wanting to. He said, I don't even want to charge one of my own guys, but I don't call him one of my own guys. I'm like, damn. The white mayor saying this. He said, I'm asking my own district attorney to file charges on this man for this. He said this, because everybody knows and everybody saw the. If you've seen the video, like I said, it's so. Come on, man. Like, it, but I gotta say, like, is this not like sometimes I can't say it's all white people that have that intention, but to these assholes, like with him, he had 3 shootings already on his record. The man already was involved in 3 shootings. I'm like, God damn, you got a wild person over here on your squad, right? Like,
right,
how are you an 18, 19-year veteran but involved in 3 shootings?
right. You basically a rogue fucking cop.
Uh-huh. Like, but sometimes this
And
is what they want.
see, like that's what I like to do. I like to highlight the person. You feel what I'm saying? I don't even like saying the entire police department as a whole. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like every police is fucked up. But the majority, the collective, they are. It is what it is. They fucked up. They have a track record. So we're not gonna act like that's not a reality that we got to deal with. But more importantly,
You feel me?
I be like I like to highlight the individuals and their actions. Because more importantly, like I said, they are the ones who the light need to be shed on. It is what it is. We ain't gonna allow them to escape persecution by blaming the collective.
Right, right. I give you that. I give you that. Like now, like it is only the certain few because there aren't all of them that have that malice or that ill will intention. But I mean, at this point, it's just you feel me. It's getting to that point, and it's getting annoying. Like I'm tired of seeing the same lawyers trying to represent us, and like the shit is. I'm sorry. Like I'm done. Like I love. It's just right now here in America, you can see as black people, like, and this is a political year, which is as sad as it sounds, all this shit going on. And you still got this motherfucker Joe Biden saying that if you vote for Trump, you're not black and all this stuff. And then now you got another incident like this. And Joe Biden, he did say that the man should be convicted. He did say that. he did come out, and I will say he did say that at least. He's trying to at least do something to the black folk, but it's like, dude, like you already did too much. You already did the '94 crime bill. Like you'll never beat Trump. Trump's about to beat you like a dead horse. Like this is a man. But with Mr. Floyd, like the best thing that can happen from his death, for me personally, is legislation getting passed. To be honest, if legislation can get passed and this man can get charged and convicted, for his crime, that's the best thing that can happen. And
Right.
plus, he'll win a civil suit. And plus,
Right.
maybe things have to get changed in that police training in the manual. I don't know where this knee hold is. I don't know where that shit is. But if it's somewhere in there, like I'm like, no, I take that shit out, dude. Like if you say it's in there, if that shit's in the training manual, no, that shit's out. And number two, that and that other chokehold, the guillotine choke, that one's coming out. You can't do that. You can't subdue a person from rear naked choke. Yeah, you cannot do the rear naked choke. That will kill somebody. And so no, you cannot do those two chokeholds or those two positions because you see that you only do them with black people. You won't do them with anybody else. So we all see that. We just gotta. That's the best thing I feel like that can come out of his death. His family will get paid millions because everybody's seeing this. He's gonna get a nice funeral. That'll be paid for. I'm guessing by some athletes because I'm guessing they're affected by this. Just some things are gonna happen because of this. The best thing we can see is not just a charge. We need to see legislation now. Legislation on excessive force and, like you said, Albo, maybe some community brothers and maybe people in certain communities, heavily black communities. Like I don't know if you're in a heavily black area or community, but maybe you guys need to start talking to some of your officials if they are black.
Yeah, I am. Boy, I'm in one of the most predominantly black cities in America. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. And I'm in one of the most predominantly black areas or neighborhoods in Memphis. I'm in South Memphis, Tennessee. So yeah, it's pretty much 99.999% around these parts. So yeah, we definitely got a lot of manpower per se. So I'm already thinking of ways to come together with specifically the gang members. I know when people hear this off the initial statement, I know that probably struck a few people like, what you talking about, gangbangers? What we need gangbangers for? We need them more than we need anybody. We need them more than we need anybody. Those young men are soldiers. It is what it is. Those are soldiers. Those are and will be the front line of defense. You better believe it. We just have to speak with these brothers, with the heads of these organizations, and get these brothers and sisters on one accord.
Right. And my thing is like we need to. I mean, they in certain gang members like out here, like I live in Orange County, but my cousins they know several of them, things like that. If we can come together as that, and we got to start using some of these like out there in LA, like certain beefs they were called off because of nips. You saw that movement where the Reds and the Blues they came together,
right?
Having with Nipsey. So if we can start coming together more as a people, start putting together that bullshit, putting away that bullshit. Like I mean, now we got some. Now we can start working on policing our own community to where like. Nah, like we got niggas that are, like just watch over this shit, watch over this area before cops even have to get involved.
Now the thing is, they gonna have to be willing to succumb to certain demands because ain't no way we're gonna be on one accord and there's still such things as uh rivalries taking place and turf wars and malicious drug dealing, like yeah, nah, like we not gonna. I know we're not going to be able to convince the brothers to completely, you know what I mean, stop dealing in whatever activities they indulge in, but we will, I guarantee you, we will be able to reach some type of agreement. I guarantee you.
Yeah, like I
We
mean,
just gotta
like
meet each
just
other halfway,
I
bro.
I tell them like we can meet each other halfway like this. You can sell certain drugs, not all of them. Like
I
even
mean,
I tell them like
not even so much as that. Like, let's limit the boundaries of where those drugs are being sold. Let's do that. School
this
zones used to be off fucking. I mean, used to be off fucking on limits, bro. School
they
zones,
should.
school kids used to be off limits, bro.
Oh yeah, there's certain.
That's something.
They
That's
have that.
something. We gotta go. We gotta go back to
They,
that.
they have that they have that out here in LA. Like even the gang members know like they don't hit no kids unless it's like serious like what happened with Nipsey. They took home his sister and everything. Like they were trying to find out like, nah, you need that nigga to turn himself in. You feel me? That's the only time I seen niggas go at a kid. Well, it was his sister. I think she was like 14, 15 or something. They swooped her up at the at like the Delamo or the Crenshaw Mall and found her and got her.
And more importantly, I'm glad you said that because more importantly, we gotta understand our boundaries when it comes to litigation. So we definitely gotta get us some attorneys on our team, but for the most part, those same attorneys would have to go through the U.S. judicial system. So once again, we need to definitely be well aware of our rights. So therefore, we are well aware of our limitations or
Right?
restrictions. Now,
And
when I say that, I'm saying, okay, we can't take the law into our own hand if a brother, say a brother, rape a sister. Now, we can't pull no vigilante act on this brother.
no, he gotta do it
At
before
this
legal
point,
process.
at this point, this brother must be handed over to the legal authorities. But with the absolute understanding that nothing is to happen to this individual while in your custody, or it will be problems.
Because he needs to be able to see himself for his trial and see himself through the trial. That's right. Because at times, like Sandra Bland got killed in custody. Let's get all the cases. Black people killed in custody, killed in jail. But that's it.
And it should have been a gang of us there, myself included. It should have been a gang of us there when it happened to that sister.
Right. But out there in Texas, you have this white cop he's doing, and that's the thing. Like, even the sisters, like, they get it too. Like, it's just we're over here as a people. Like, it's so sad, man. Like, and that's the thing that probably hurts the most. Like, you know, we're just we low key are sitting ducks until we're able to actually have representation, which we're not gonna get that kind of status here in America. They want us designated
No, no,
as
no, no, no. Don't you dare do that, bro. Don't you dare count out our good brothers and sisters. And when I say good brothers and sisters, remember, I'm not talking in ethnicity. I'm talking in humanity. I'm talking the good white lawyers, the good black lawyers, the good Hispanic lawyers, the good Asian lawyers that fight every day, put their careers on the line every day, fighting cases for people that they are told repeatedly, don't you take this to no trial. Some of these folks are being threatened of physical harm, and some of these acts are actually being carried out every day. There's a lot of this shit going under the radar every day. So once again, like I said, I'm not foolish or naive enough to tell myself that it's just us. No, no, it ain't just us. It's a few brave hearts out there, bro. That, like I said, they put it all on the line every day. So and even for the ones that don't put it all on the line every day, something happens.
right.
Something happens in people that strikes a nerve. You know what I mean? Cause I guarantee you, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Now, I would say 50-50. I would say 50% of people in law enforcement and politics and you know things of that nature. I believe 50% of them actually went in with the criminal intent to get over on everybody, the system included. But bro, I also believe 50% of those people actually went in with the absolute intent to change the world.
Right.
I believe when they was in college, when they was studying day and night for that exam, and they took that bar and they passed it, the joy that went through them, it wasn't a joy of, all right, now I'm finna rape the system. It was a joy of, okay, I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. I'm a police officer. I'm a whatever it may be. I'm a firefighter. I get to do I get to do my passion. I get to, you know what I'm saying? I get to change people's lives.
Right.
I believe that for 50% of them people, bro. Now I think 25 to 30 of those or 30% of those people end up getting tainted along the way. Once they figure out what type of system they in, what type of game they really playing, once they figure out it's not what they thought it was, ain't nobody doing it by the book. once they once they figure that part out, I think, like I said, like 25 to 30% of them, even 35% of them get swept up, man. You know what I'm saying, with the terrors, bro. But it's still, like I said, that 15, 20% or 25% a week that's in Congress. You know what I'm saying? That's in your local officials. You know what I mean? That's on your local police department, your federal agents. It's still that lingering percent, bro, that's doing it for the right reason, bro.
No, I feel you. And it's too much of a risk because look at you never know who are the ones with that kind of intent. That
No,
this
it's not.
officer,
The risk is placing everybody under that same umbrella. That's the risk because then you put up a wall and you don't understand when the uh uh the real thing comes along because you didn't put this wall up. You already expect every last one of them to be with the shit.
yes,
And some of these folks are cool as fuck, just want to go home just like you. That's it. Some of these people just want to go the fuck home just like you, bro.
yeah, and there's some that pretty much they do, but it's just like at sometimes at what expense though? Like, will I be able to go home at the expense of you going home? Like, like that situation didn't even have to end
Yeah,
like
but we ain't talking about them now. Those I'm not talking about them. Those are not the people I'm defending. I'm defending those who are looking for both parties to go home.
right.
Those are the people I'm defending. I'm not trying to hone in on those people right now. I'm highlighting, like I said, the few, the proud, the Marines. Face that.
This nigga. Nah,
nah, but
nah.
here, nah. I'm just putting some shine on the few that do, bro. Like they let them folks get their little shine. That's what I'm saying. Like we done spent a lot of time uh
Bashing them.
discussing the ones who with the shit. Now they ain't no bashing. We ain't bashing them. They with the shit. If they with the shit, we not bashing them. Now what I'm saying is we done spent a lot of time on this segment talking about those people. So I mean I feel like we can highlight the few people that do stand out. Like we can highlight them too during this discussion because they do exist. And me personally, like I get real offended when people, and that's why I be trying to tell a lot of black people like we don't understand we do the same stuff that we don't like people doing to us, bro. I don't like when people say, "Oh, black people do this," or "Oh, black people act like." No, I don't like that shit. Don't put all us in a fucking box like that. Yeah, there are some black people that do that. Yeah, there are some black people that act like that. Don't put everybody under this umbrella though, and just make us a fucking conglomerate.
Right.
I get very offended when people do that. So yeah, and I'm a fair person. You know me, Big Brett here. So it's fair. It's fair game for all. If I want to be treated a certain way, If I know I feel a certain way about certain things, I try not to feel or make others feel a certain way about those type of things that I know offend me. And like I said, I know that offends me when people box me in with everybody fucking else.
But I'll say one good white individual or white person. I'll say that would be would be the mayor of Frey. He's the mayor of Minneapolis where that incident happened. He stuck up and like he said I'm coming up here with no answers because I don't have any answers for what occurred. At least he was straight up. He said I have to put charges or ask for charges to be put on one of my guys. He said that. Like at least like I say, at least that's one dude actually sticking up and he wasn't sugarcoating anything and he wasn't, you know, he wasn't doing that traditional paint like, oh, this beat saddens me and the community. No, he said there are no answers. There's nothing I can say. Like he said, I don't know what the hell just happened. He literally just said, I don't know what the hell just happened, but he said, I saw the video and he said, there's no answer for that. He said, there's no answer. And that's one of the most straight up things because there is no answer for what just happened.
And he could be totally with the shit and just giving the people what they want to hear, or he could be genuine. And me personally, like I said, I'm the type of person I ain't got no reason to believe otherwise. Like he didn't do it. He didn't do that to that man. So I mean,
He said it.
I can't lump him in with his officer and say, oh, he's a fuck person too, or you know what I'm saying? Say now the whole city of Minneapolis is fucking corrupt.
Right. I can't say that either, but I was just saying like that's one of the straight up persons who, you know, at least he said he wants to do the righteous thing. He saw the video. He said, he because other people they'll just try to wrap around and try to talk and they'll try to talk around. He said, no, I can't. He just said, I there's nothing I could say. So if you look at it, it was only like around I want to say 15, 17 minutes, 18 minutes maybe. And like if you hear it, he just says like, man, like there's no excuses for this and you know, he wants to seek justice. He said that no, he doesn't. He said he doesn't want charges. He said he wants a conviction because he saw what happened. Like the mayor said that he wants a conviction, but he said that he's not willing to discuss some of the information because it would disrupt the case because you know he can only say what he feels like should happen and that's it. He can't go into
Right,
details because then you know you don't want to compromise any kind of case. But I mean,
baby,
at this point, it's you feel me,
baby.
and it's but I was actually gonna go take a shower real quick and then you know, just do a little bit of work here and then you know, I always get your notifications. You know, I'm subscribed to the channel, but I want to say thank you for allowing me to at least say my piece and my you
Oh
know, stay.
yeah, man. You know you always welcome, bro.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. But I do want to say I hope you have a great night. Whenever you do a stream, you know, I was listening in earlier as you saw when you did that with Mr. What's his name?
Oh, the
The yeah.
FBEA man.
Yeah, you saw me. I was in there. I was listening for a little bit when I was on my work break when you were interviewing him. So I was in there, and then I saw the other notifications. I think when I was just now leaving work, and I just wanted to chip in, and then you know I jumped in. You know, like everybody's talking about this. No, thank you for allowing me at least a chance to speak, to you know, say my mind and everything. I don't normally get the opportunity to say that. Sorry if it did have some racial undertones, but you know. Sometimes it's
Nah,
you
it's
know,
cool,
especially
bro. It's cool. It's warranted, bro. I just like I said, I'm trying to, I'm
have
trying to
these
stay
conversations
sane
together.
throughout all this shit, and I'm trying to keep brothers, especially brothers, strong brothers like yourself. Just trying to keep us grounded right now, bro. Cause we gotta deal with this with a cool head, bro. We got to, cause if we go in, with a brute
Shit,
mentality, then we'll get a brute outcome.
right, right. Well, hopefully we do get some kind of legal justice. You know, legal justice for the families. Number one, because they need to see some kind of retribution for this, not just monetary contributions, but also something in the form of a sentence. But also, hopefully, because of these acts that these officers have done in the past, like 7 to 10 years, with these chokeholds and these restraints on us, we need to have legislation passed for excessive force and the banning of chokeholds. And submit, and you need to do that. because and excessive force with guns. Cannot have officers
Okay.
unloading full ass.
Are you savvy with documentation? Like, can you put together a petition?
I can look up how to write a to get a I can look up how to get that paperwork initiative started, and I can develop it. I don't mind trying to get it started. What would it be? We could get something started. I can get
My
you something
bad, bro.
started.
I got knocked out, bro. My bad. Now you said what?
No, you said something about can I develop some
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of
yeah,
document?
yeah. I asked you, could you put
I said I
together a
can
petition for that for the
the banning of
banning of that chokehold of that restraining tactic.
I think I could go look up some kind of. We can put something together. If you give me some time, I can definitely come back with you at some. I can get you some paperwork on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you could just we read over and everything. Cause I'm not a lawyer or anything, but I'm pretty savvy when it comes to legal terminology. So yeah, let's try to do that and see if we can pass that before somebody like we do it on actually we can do it on Facebook and everything. Like I noticed that those work out pretty good when they do
We can get
those
some.
polls and petitions on Facebook. That actually works out really well.
I mean, I'll try to get something done if we can get that. That would be it. I actually have a friend who's a lawyer. I'll definitely talk. I'll run this idea
Oh,
through
that's
him.
even better.
Yeah,
That's even better.
yeah, my
But like I
boy's very.
said, the only reason why I would like to be involved is because
Oh no, you.
I
No,
definitely
you sparked me.
understand the specifics of saying the right thing. Like I understand the necessity of saying the right thing when we ask for when we make these demands. Fuck ask. We've been asking. That time is done. So when we make these demands, we need to, like I said, be very specific in what we're demanding.
And I'll try to be very. I have to write it down so I can be very. I want the banning of all illegal, not certain. I want all illegal chokehold and restraint hold on
Illegal use
citizens.
of these tasers, all this shit. We gotta,
And excessive use
yeah,
of guns when it comes to an office, when it comes to a subject. You do not need to be emptying out a full clip. You're emptying out 12 shots into one individual. Are you serious? Like
I'm telling
I
you,
thought
bro.
the I thought you feel me? I thought your army teaches one shot, one kill.
Let's make that happen, bro.
I don't know. We'll do.
Let's
We'll
make
do.
that happen ASAP.
No, we're gonna talk some more about this. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna do some things over here on my end, but no, I'm gonna get some paperwork started on that, and I'm gonna go tell my lawyer just so he can look too, because he knows how to do document writing too. So you're gonna have like a double-headed monster. So don't worry, we can get some shit started.
Okay, say less,
But
big bro.
but have a great night though, Avo.
All right, you too, fam.
Thank you, King.